Solo.
Hello! Welcome to Solo Playthroughs on this beautiful Tuesday. We got some people in the chat already. Sajid, I am most likely missing this stream. What is going on? I may hop in towards the end if things work out that way. Until then, I leave you in the capable hands of the scouts. And Alfred Wallace off for the next few days for a blizzard? Where do you live? And I want to go there because we got like no snow this year. And this beard is made for the snow. So get a little sad. Perfect time to watch someone play games on the TV. Sound up and running first try. Dude, I have been on top of it. Turning over new leaves here in 2023. Yeah, so last time I did this, I'm up in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Woo! I definitely need to visit the Dakotas, baby. We'll make that happen, Alfred. You and me, man. I'll plan a trip. I just got to convince the wife that North Dakota is where she should want to go on her list of vacations. My wife is a beach girl. I want to retire on a mountain. We got some things to work out. But you know, that is gonna mean I'm gonna get outvoted almost guaranteed. 1-1, I lose. That's how that works, and that's how it should work. Damn it. So yeah, last time I played this was with Wolfhawk, and I played bad. I probably should have won that one. I did some things. There were decisions that were made. Got a little unlucky with some things, but I had enough going for me that I probably should have found a way to pull out that victory. But I digress. Today is a new day. We're gonna overcome this. Krang is here to avenge my honor. Let me make sure I get this thing set up correctly, and I'm gonna read this rules really quick. Obviously, I'm sorry I was a couple minutes late. I had a couple things going on. So I normally would try to do this ahead of time. Just again, special rules for the Hidden Valley. All Elementalist enemy tokens should be sorted into separate piles. Okay, when placing rampaging enemies, pick from the Elementalist piles, except for those on the tiles placed during setup. The enemy gains the ambush ability. The valley is difficult to find. Exploring costs triple the normal amount. Any abilities that modify the move cost may be applied before tripling. Questioning locals and taking time to understand that magic at work can be useful, however, so influence may be used as move for the purpose of exploring. When a rampaging elementalist enemy is defeated, that rampaging, huh? Oh yeah, rampaging enemy is defeated, so it's ambush. I got confused with pursuit for a second. That player may defeat. That defeated may add a new map tile as if they had explored. The map tile does not have to be placed adjacent to the space containing the player's hero. When the White City tile is placed, place the Hidden Valley token over it. As a reminder, the relevant number of enemy tokens face up with the Elementalist leader. Oh, the enemy tokens are face up with the Elementalist faction leader according to the faction leader's level. You must move into the Hidden Valley space to attack the High Priestess and her followers. It is not counted as a safe space. The keep on the White City is defended by 2 green Elementalist enemy tokens instead of the normal gray enemy. If attacked by a player after another player has already conquered it, then a random gray enemy token will be used as the defender as usual. None of the effects of Hidden Valley can be used until it has been liberated. Once it is liberated, it acts as normal. We start with +1 fame and 1 fame, and every time we go up onto a new level, we get an extra fame, and then we start with +2 reputation. So again, our interactions will start at +1. There is 1 more die in the source and 1 more unit in the offer, so just wanted to make sure we had all those rules fresh in my brain, especially if Satch's leaving for the day and not there to correct my inevitable mistakes. I rolled 4 dice just to get the source ready. We got 2 whites, a black, and a green. One problem I ran into last game was that I was super mana poor is the word I was trying to say there, not poor, whatever I tried to say, whatever I actually said. So hopefully we can fix that. Krang obviously has some more tricks up his sleeve to get mana and crystals than our friend Wolfhawk did. But again, I also played pretty bad. I play bad sometimes. All right, we have core, non-city. The core city tiles are the white city and the green city. The white city, again, member becomes the hidden valley. We're going to get one core non-city tile. I will just roll a d6 to make that happen. Da, da, da. That's a 6. So these 3 tiles will be on the bottom. It is French for the bottom. Something like that. I crack myself up, people. It's fine. 4. There. That's the bottom of the deck. And then we have 5 countryside tiles, and that is it. We have 2 days, 2 nights. This is a smaller map than usual. We'll make it work. All right. Bam, 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 bam. No secondary camera again today. I'm going to try to do this thing with, or I guess third camera, because the second camera is on my ugly mug. I'll try to keep doing a better job laying out all the tiles. All right. Out terrain deck, I will put off the screen down here. This will be starting terrain. That will be a starting terrain. So only 3 countryside tiles to get through, and then we have our core tiles. All right, that will work. We need to put out some stuff. Let me shuffle up the Elementalist faction tokens. So again, there are 4 Elementalist dragons, 8 Elementalist green enemy tokens, because they're not exactly orcs. And then we have our 4 Elementalist monsters. We have our faction tokens. Again, there are 6 different types, 2 of each. You can only use 1 of the same type on a turn. You can't use 2 of the same type on 1 turn is really the better way to say it. If during interaction, you can spend them, instead of the ability printed on them, you could spend them for just a basic 3 influence or +1 fame. Can come in handy if you're on a threshold for sure. Shuffling up the spells. We'll get our spell offer here. Our starting spell offer is going to be Call to Arms. Don't mind that. Flame Wall. Don't mind that. And Burning Shield. That's fairly excellent as far as offers go. Shuffling up the... Move that up so I can make some room for the dummy player. Shuffling the advanced actions. We have Ambush. Steady Tempo, that's a really nice card in one of these truncated scenarios, and Dodge and Weave. Wow, very good offers today. Very good offers today. And I have a Mage Tower here. I got some possibilities, kids. Remember, I was kind of in a keep strategy last game. Probably got too committed to that, to be honest. Ended up not being enough. I had all the cards, but I didn't get enough cards that gave me strong attacks and whatnot to really make maximum use of it, despite the fact that I was able to get a full array of units for a 4-turn game. Gonna shuffle up. I am shuffling up the artifacts. Oh, there's a mysterious box. Put that on the bottom, please. Garbage card. This goes here. We're gonna shuffle up the regular units. I have them in blue card sleeves. We're going to have 4 of them out to start the game. Again, there's +1. We have the Thugs. We have the Guardian Golems. We have the Herbalists, and the Foresters. I just repeated that because I was, I have a problem pronouncing the H sometimes with, those words that start with H's. It's a thing. Now I'm just clearly oversharing today. And then we have the Foresters, who I love. I have not had the Foresters in quite a while. One of the problems, though, I'm going to have is, where am I recruiting these people? Because I don't have a village. Not sure I want to go to the keep. The golems in the Mage Tower seem interesting. Do I want to get Call to Arms is going to be a question, because obviously that can come in really handy, especially if I can get, if I can explore enough to get a core tile on the board by the first night, which again, triple the explore value. But if I kill enough Elementalist faction enemies, that really does help with the explore. I mean, it's one argument to go to that Mage Tower, because if I can seize the Mage Tower and then wipe out this rampaging enemy here, then I get a free explore out of that. So, we'll see what the enemies are when we get there. Shuffling up Krang's deed deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No monasteries on the board, so I don't have to worry about any advanced actions in the unit offer. I'm going to shuffle up Krang's skills. Some really cool skills. Hopefully we get Battle Frenzy and Shamanic Ritual near the top. That would be super helpful. And now we have to get our dummy player. So to my left, I have Wolfhawk, Tovak, Goldix, Norawas. Who are you? Arethia and Bravelar. I rolled a 4. I also caused a mini earthquake. Although I like mini earthquake. I think we also pronounce mini from now on. I have decreed it. It is so. This will go here. Ugh. Fun, but this is why I don't like stacking tokens. Give me bags. All right, so 4 is going to be Norawas. That could be helpful. Bonds of Loyalty would be amazing. So we're going to get his little mini out. His non-crappy mini. Unlike Bravelar. I mean, that's not the best mini in the world, but I will absolutely take it over Bravelar's. This can come over here. And we will take 1 shield out for the green city. Again, that is friendly. Both players get a shield there. That prevents us from being the leader. It just means we get +1 to our card draw if we're adjacent to it. Again, that's the green city. And we could go in there to do some recruiting or, you know, again, the green city, you can spend influence to get advanced actions. All sorts of fun-filled options. The one thing I'm wondering if anyone's ever done is to spend the 6 influence in the green city to get the to get a random advanced action. It just seems like a really bad idea, but I don't know. Maybe it could work once in a while. But yeah, things I've never done in Mage Knight. That is near the top of the list. So we're getting the Mage Tower on the board. It's going to be face down until we're adjacent to it. Like so. We're going to have the nope, don't do that, Greg. The Elementalist faction green enemy over here. Now again, he does not have ambush because he's placed at the beginning of the game. Any rampaging enemies from here on out that will be placed will indeed have ambush. That means they will attack me if I start within 2 spaces and move to a space that's also within 2 spaces. Sometimes you can do that to your advantage. We have a keep there, and then we're going to have Dose Ruins. They're both going to be face up. That's kill 3 orcs. Now, those would be normal orcs instead of being elementalist faction enemies because they are not marauding. And then we have this room in here, which is do 2 orcs and get 1 crystal of every type. Depending on my starting hand, like that's super attractive to me. Getting the units also attractive to me. So we have some good ruins. Taking on multiple enemies, though, in your first round can be indeed pretty hard. I'm going to get Norawas's deck. Actually going to use Norawas's deck in full today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This comes over here. And we're going to have our starting inventory for Norawas is 2 whites and a green. Norawas goes here. Shuffle these up. And then we will be good to go. So quiet without Sagitt yammering away. I miss him already. My soul, I can't take the separation. Yeah, I scheduled this a little bit later too, so I'm sure I didn't get as many people signing up to be reminded. I did not schedule this until last night, so sorry about that. Just wasn't really sure of my schedule this week. Wasn't planning to do Mage Knight this early in the week, but just realized the other things I'm planning to do this week, I did not have them ready. The rest of this week, you can expect Sky Tier Horde. You can expect Black Sonata, and I'm going to say Black Orchestra one of these days, but Black Sonata, and you can also expect a playthrough of Gaia Project. I'm going to playthrough of Gaia Project tomorrow, playing as Hash Alas, the ever-loving space chickens. I don't know what they're ever loving, but they are clearly ever loving. All right, this goes here, and we're done. That's the setup. So we're going to go to the first day. Let's make this puppy happen. Take 2, Hidden Valley, starring Krang this time. That's right. We have a Rage, a March, a Ruthless Coercion, a Swiftness, and a Crystallize. We'll get some crystals. I dig that, although that offer isn't exactly a thing of beauty. It's going to be 5 just to get in there. Maybe I won't do some crystallized. I don't know. At least I can get there. I'll do planning. I think planning makes the most sense for sure. We're gonna roll a die for Norawas. He rolls a 1, so Norawas is the early bird who will get the worm, of course. So Norawas is ahead of me. Already had that predicted apparently. And now we go Norwest's turn. He's peeling off 3 cards. It's a green, it's a blue, it's a blue. There are no blue crystals in Norwest's inventory, so that is a nice start for me. My turn. I'm going to use this green to power March. That's move 4. I'm going to use Ruthless Coercion Sideways because apparently I'm not going to be using an influence anytime soon. And that's going to get me into the ruins. Since I established my presence there, we will reveal the Mage Tower. Well. Magic Familiars, which is interesting. That could be a lot of wounds that I'm not super excited about. But I really need to take it down. So there's a way I can do it. If I get another swiftness, and I can get enough mana, like I can potentially use the swiftness. I mean, again, even though it's in a fortified site, the magic familiars cannot be fortified, so they have the unfortified symbol. So that means if I can get range attack 7, I can wipe them out that way. That's going to be easier said than done. The alternative is I kind of take care of this. I get myself some dodge and weave. Dodge and weave can really help. So we have some options. I think we're going to hold out the crystallized. I'm going to learn from last time and try to get myself some crystals, especially with all the things I'm trying to do this round, right? So I rolled that. That's blue. That could be helpful. And I draw to my hand limit. My hand limit is going to be 5 against starting hand limit, but planning will trigger, so I will indeed draw up the 6 cards in my hand. So I'll just put these up here. So we get Savage Harvesting. Not actually moving, so that's not great. We get Rage, and then the 6th card is going to be Mana Draw, which could be super helpful. Actually, What's this turn? When you move a space, you have to move to actually trigger that, which is a little bit annoying. But I can use the move 2 to get a crystal there. I just don't have the 7 attack, which is un problemo. I don't have a green, because if I get move 4, then I can move and discard 2 cards. I can move there and there, discard 2 cards, and get everything I want that way. I can get a green from Crystallize, but that's like self-defeating. So we'll have to figure out how I want to make this work. So a little bit of a puzzle to start this game. Norwas, red, red, white, 2 more. So he's gone through a total of 8 cards. He has 8 left. White. I don't have a red. Seven's a lot. Crystallize. I mean, I'm tempted just to move. It just seems dumb. Saving Harvesting is so good. Mana Draw is exactly what I need. Yeah, if I could pull Concentration out, like Concentration and the other Swiftness with Mana Draw, but again, I don't have a green, so like that's a lot of like wishful thinking. I could take the blue, but I'm hesitant to do that. All right, on my turn, dropping Savage Harvesting seems like a mistake, but I still have 2 more movement cards in there, so I'm going to take one of the whites. I'm going to use Crystallize. So I played a card, so this technically is a full turn. If I wanted to end right now, I'm going to take that white crystal. I'm going to drop Savage Harvesting as much as it pains me, but I'm trying to potentially get 1 crystal of every type here anyway. I'm going to roll this die. It's a red. That's helpful. This will go here, and then I draw up to my hand, which is 5, and then planning triggers. I get 1 more card. That's 6. Awesome. Promise will go pretty well with improvisation, so I'm not too concerned about that. I do think I try to take out these orcs first before I mess with, what's dodge and weave again? Yeah, I think the 2 orcs first makes some sense. Dodge and weave will be really helpful against the magic familiars. So Norawas' turn. It's a blue. It's a green. It's a green. 1 more. So Norawas has gone through 12 cards in 3 turns. That's a unfortunate pace. 1, 2, 3, 4 greens are already out, and 2 whites are already out. So that means that it's a 50-50 shot whether or not we're going to trigger the end of the round on the next turn based on what's left in Norwest's deck, which is, oh nope, 1, 1, 2. All the blues are out. Right, there's 2 reds and there's 2 whites left in the deck, so we'll see. Hopefully we get a red and not a white. I would appreciate the extra turn. I'm going to enter the ruins. We're pulling 2 regular green enemies from the bag. Again, they're not marauding, so they don't come from the elementalist faction. We have an ironclad, which is not exactly the thing of dreams. That's a little gross. And then we have that dude. Woof. Those are not the orcs of dreams. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, the ironclad is gonna be really hard to defeat. This is going well. um yeah. Good job, Greg. The ironclad would give me 8 damage. That's not gonna work. So I'm going to, and I can't use that range attack to kill anybody. All right, I'm going to spend the red and discard promise, which gives me block 5. I'm obviously blocking the ironclad. That's 4 wounds. I haven't seen tranquility yet, so 4 wounds is a lot. It's not terrible. The problem is I won't have the attack. 8. I'm going to do 1 attack shy because I'm going to need 11 attack total. And I'm not going to be able to get it. Oh, I can get 6. I can get 9. No. 11 attack total. The problem is I can't get 6 and 5. That breakdown doesn't work. I can get 7 and 4, which is annoying. Unless I block a different way, which I don't think works. Yeah, this is this is not a good start to this round. That is to the point that I'm very tempted to restart because I don't think this is gonna do me any favors because I'm gonna have to do another turn here just to finish this off. We only have 4 rounds. Norwas only has 4 cards in their deck. Like, this is a pretty much this is a bad start. If I take 4 wounds to my hand, like that, then I'm not gonna have the card for improvisation. Oh, what a disaster. I can't group them because if I group them, they're gonna have, I'll give the physical resistance to the uh the the cursed hag. This is a disaster. No, it's really bad. This is really bad. Yeah, oh man. I'm tempted just to restart this. This is gonna be a disaster of a playthrough. I mean, I'm taking 4 wounds from the curse tag, because 2 to my deck, 2 to my hand, which is bad. And then I would have to use this white crystal, this white mana. I can turn this black die to a red die. And then I could use this and this to kill the Ironclad, and then I hold on to the cursed hag, and then I could just hopefully kill the cursed hag with a concentration. I do have 3 cards, so planning would trigger because the wounds do count. But the cursed hag lives. Ironclad is dead. That gives me 4 Fame. That gets me at the 5. No change to reputation because the it wasn't a rampaging enemy, and since I leveled up, that does get me to 6. This stays red. I re-roll this. It's blue. Oh, I already used a die from the source. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This was white. This was black. I forgot there were 4 dice in the source, so that doesn't matter because I didn't use this. So mana draw just let me use a second die from the source. So what I would have done actually, to be real, is I would have turned this. I would have turned this to black because the source was red, blue, white, and black. I used the white, turned that to red. I don't know why I said black. And then I have a red, and that rage 6 would have been enough to kill the Ironclad that way. So I only used 1 die instead of the 2 die, and I kept this white crystal here. So sorry about that confusion. That red stays red, and then I re-rolled this. I forgot what I rolled it as, so I'm just going to roll it again. It's blue. These mana crystals go away. So again, I used mana draw from the jump. That got me 2 reds. I used the 1 red to power improvisation, which gave me the block. 5 to block the Ironclad. Otherwise, that would have been 4 wounds to my hand. Plus the wounds from the Cursed Hag would have knocked me out. And then I powered 1 rage to give me attack 4. I used the other basic rage for attack 2. That's attack 6. So even though it's not efficient because of physical resistance, it is enough to defeat the Ironclad. Ironclad is dead. All these cards go away. The Ruin is not conquered yet, so the Cursed Hag and the Ruin just stay there. I do get a level up, however, so I'm going to look at my next 2 skills. Those aren't great. I can reduce an attack by 1, or I get +1 movement. I'll reduce an attack by 1, I guess. That's going to have to work. I'm going to take... Or I can reduce an armor in 1. Armor by 1, but that doesn't work against... What is that? Curse. Once a turn, either reduce 1 attack by 1 or an armor by 1. You cannot use a skill on a fortified enemy in the range of siege attack phase, but I can use it on a non-fortified enemy in the range of siege attack phase. Cursed Hack has 5 armor. I could just grab this, which obviously isn't giving me dodge and weave, but I dig it for what I want it for. And this is now the skill I took. That came out of the game, and nor was the skill that was added is Whispers in the Treetops. Once a round, I can get a white crystal and a green mana. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Planning will trigger, which will give me 6. So Ambush, Stamina, and Tranquility. I have no greens, which is really frustrating. I don't have a white, which I have that white, which I would rather not use, but I think we're going to use it anyway. Woof. It's not going well, kids. Norwas. Well, Norwas declaring end of round next turn, so that's super awesome. Yeah, man, I'm really tempted to do a full restart here. This is just really kind of a disaster of the day. I mean, on my turn, I can play ambush. Oh, this comes down. This comes down. Blood Rage. I mean, I didn't explore at all. I just got really hung up there. Norwest went through his deck so fast. I mean, if I play ambush, I get +1 to an attack card of any type. I'd have to use my white crystal. And then I could use curse. So that range attack 4, that range attack 3 becomes a range attack 4 because of ambush. And then I can get -1 armor because of curse. So range attack 3 +1, so range attack 4, -1 armor. So that would kill the cursed hag. That would get me up to 8. That was 6 gets me up to 9. 9 becomes 10. That would get me another armor. And then I would get 1 crystal of every type. And the rewards don't happen at the end of turn, so I can't even turn that crystal around and do the healing that I would want to do. The source is obviously garbage for me. No reputation increase. I gained no strong cards. I didn't gain a spell. I still have 4 cards on my deck. I mean, I could play Tranquility and heal 1 at the end of the combat just to get the rest of the cards in my hand, because this would still trigger planning. We'll see if I can take down the Magic Familiar. I don't see how I do it, but if I can take down the Magic Familiar, I would consider not ending this, but I'm very inclined to end it. I mean, there's my attack 5. There's my attack 7, but that's once a turn. I can't. He doesn't have arcane immunity, but it's almost like I would need ambush there, because if I had ambush there, I can get attack 6. Yeah, we're resetting this. I'm sorry. This is not going to be a fun playthrough. Like we're going to get absolutely smushed. Just not enough happened, and I gained 0 cards. It was the absolute worst enemies in that ruins. So I'm just going to reset the countryside tiles. I'll leave the core tiles or reset the offers, and we'll just make it happen again. Cause yeah, I'm not a I just don't want to. In a 4-round game, in a 6-round game, like there is like maybe you have a really good second day. In a 4-round game, you can't come back from a crappy start like that. 8. But there was a cloud over the channel this week, that is for sure, because yesterday was 3 really terrible playthroughs of Velwraith, and now today is not a good start for Mage Knight for sure. So redo, take 2. Abort mission. Abort. It's not safe. That is something I do in my solo gaming, that if I'll take an aggressive play in a game early and just not be afraid to restart. And I think it's helped me like get better at some games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This goes back up here. Oh, it goes to the +1. This goes here. Sometimes you have to abandon one parallel universe to its fate and jump to a new one. Go for resets. The totalist. Hi, what's up? What? Already over? Seems to become kind of a theme. I've currently gotten Hamlet set up a solo, a little village getting on his feet, other end of the violence spectrum. He lives. Maybe he doesn't live. Nemo is really at war. Is he? Mr. Sam the Man. What's up, man? Nemo. Yeah, I'm getting Nemo's War back to the channel next week. Maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna get it back to the channel one more time, and then just kind of retire retire that chapter of my solo gaming career. I enjoyed my little excursion, but that game is not meant to last for me, just with some of my issues with it. But it's a good game. Glad to have played it. Really interesting comments in the chat on my last playthrough that I found informative about the game and the development of the game. And sometimes a game is supposed to be one thing and it becomes another, and that other thing like is awesome and an improvement in some ways, but gets it so far away from the original game that maybe it's not great. But I definitely encourage people who like Nemo's World to check that out. Tom writes some quarter to three, writes some really awesome comments on my videos. So I appreciate his thoughtfulness. All right, so 5 new countryside tiles. This and this. That looks different. We're gonna have a monastery. We're gonna do this. We're gonna reset the offers. Reset Norwas's deck. One, two, three. We have Offering. Really have grown to love that card a lot. Fireball and Mana Bolt. No Mage Towers this time, however. Still no villages. Oh, shoot. Did I put that? I think I put the Elementalist enemy in the wrong bag. Damn it, Tezla. All right. Advanced actions is going to be Frostbridge. That could actually come in really handy. Hey, Dodge and Wave is back in its position at the top of the key. All right. Where did I put you? Here we go. I put the Elven Protector in the wrong location. That goes there. Everything that wasn't touched, I'm not going to reshuffle, because that would be kind of silly. These go here. This goes here. We are reset. Nope, I have to reset the offer. I will reset that. It'll be the peasants, the illusionists, the guardian golems, and the shock troops. We're going to get one offer into the unit offer from top of the deck because of the monastery. It's learning. We'll put a die there. I'll get another die for other purposes. Shuffling this deck. Make sure there's 16 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. There is a maze, so that's one way to get a spell if I really want any of those spells. I'm going to roll that. Oh, 2 golds, a white, and a blue. That is 50% basic, so that is legit, even though it looks funny. All right, Elementalist faction, marauding enemies. We have another Elven Protector, or maybe the same one, who knows. And then we have the Elemental Priestess. So again, lots of fire immunity, which is something I forgot about, which also makes Fireball not that exciting. It still could work with Offering and Sacrifice, but it indeed does nerf that a little bit. And it also nerfs Mana Bolt a little bit. Again, there's a lot of elemental resistances. You know, if you look at level 7 for the faction leader, again, ice resistance and fire resistance, elusive, fire resistance, ice resistance, and fire resistance. You're like, all those things provide me elemental attack. That was the bad luck of that last game where I pulled the Ironclads, where all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's the only time I really would have needed elemental attack would have been like the second turn of the game. And guess who didn't have any by then? Where is my phone? I actually need that. Here it is. I'm losing my mind, man. I am sweating. Alfred's in a blizzard, and I'm like sitting in my house, like roasting right now. What is the temperature? Woo! Okay, heat must be a little heat wave going on in Philly. Alfred, send the blizzard this way. So, yeah, because the heat is very off. It's just the house is getting very hot. I think my neighbors are like jacking the heat up like at absurd times, because sometimes it's like down here it gets like a freaking sauna. All right, I digress. Way too much oversharing today. Let's make it happen, kids. Yeah, I'm not feeling her. The Elven Protector would require 6 to defeat because he has that silly little defend power. Plus, he began fortifications because there's no way to really fight him where he's not behind that wall. So, we'd be looking at defeating him in the melee phase. Let me draw my starting hand. I mean, one idea is to go to this maze, do something there, maybe get a spell, maybe get 2 crystals. I mean, it could be as simple as that. And then I kill this dude and then go there. What can I recruit in the monastery? Only the illusionists. So that's not great. I mean, there could be an argument to come down here, just take out the Elven Protector. That would give me 6 movement, then move this way, right? You go here, take out the Elven Protector, level up, get a faction token, maybe do the monster again, or the monster den, get the 2 crystals, then you go here, maybe kill the Elven Protector, burn down the monastery, get an artifact, and if I'm killing this one and this one, again, that would be the equivalent of 2 explorers just happening on the board already. So some definitely good options here. So we have stamina, we have a rage, we have a promise, we have a crystallize, and we have a march. Oh my. Oh my. That's a lot of movement too. Woof. Woofity woof. I'm going to take planning because I love it. Yeah, we're going planning. Man, improvisation would have been kind of nice. I don't think I'm recruiting this turn. Yep. Roll a 5 or a 6. Or a 1. Again, it's like deja vu. It's like deja vu all over again. Nemo's still at war. So that's the last comment there. Make sure I remember I have planning. Norawas is going to go. Please go slower, Mr. Norawas. Please go slower. That's fine. Only 4 cards this time. He booked through his deck last time. That was sick. All right, my turn. I'm going to... I definitely want concentration and the swiftness. I don't want to deal with that battle. That's too much. Do you like the idea of killing it? Like blocking that's going to be a pain. But the problem is I don't have either swiftness or concentration. So, I mean, one thing I could do is I go to the maze because I have the movement. Offering is fairly awesome for crystals. But it's going to be very similar to Savage Harvesting. In a way that's not great. Fireball's going to be super nerfed. Yeah, Mana Bolt's going to be really nerfed too. Wow. Wow-a-wee-wa. I don't know what I want to do. 6, 4, 2. I mean, I could get to that. Again, if I go from here to here, I don't trigger an attack because it's behind the wall. I could try to recruit something over in the refugee camp. All right, let me do this. I'm going to spend the blue to power stamina. It gets me here. Just going very slowly. I'm debating whether I use the march and the stamina, but if I'm going to enter, I don't know if I want to get those spells. I don't think I want those spells. I might be better off to suspend the 4, but remember, to get across this wall is going to be 3. I mean, maybe 7 move there. Like, there's These are like two very interesting setups in a row, and I don't know how I want to approach it. I think I don't want to go too slow. I'll know I'll have the swiftness for movement, and I know I'll have the um savage harvesting and another stamina, and I'll have improvisation. So if I can end here, that's a good turn. So I'm going to do two. I'm going to use the crystallize. I'm going to power it with the blue and get a red. I'm going to re-roll that. It's a black because go me, and I think no planning is going to trigger now, so I'm going to be able to draw up to 6. So we have savage harvesting. God, I really wish I started my game with that. Oh, well, refugee camp, anybody? Ruthless coercion, improvisation, and rage. I guess we're going to the refugee camp. That's interesting. I mean, the refugee camp is probably, if we're thinking from an action, I mean, a turn to get a unit is probably better than a turn spent to get 2 crystals. So if I can go to the refugee camp, recruit somebody, I'll get another crystal with savage harvesting. I'll get the fame from killing the Elven Protector eventually. So maybe I move in battle, but I have so much influence cards, I think I just need to use them straight up. So yeah, we'll make that work. All right, Norwas's turn. It's a green, it's a blue, it's a green, so one more. So he went through 8 cards. My turn, I'm gonna go to the refugee camp. I'm spending, I probably get the shock troops. Maybe. Again, the shock troops would cost me a total of 7. And I have the +1. This isn't direction. The guardian golems would cost me a total of 8. The illusions would cost me 8 again because these are the surcharges for the refugee camp. The peasants would still only cost me 4. I'm going to play savage harvesting. Discard. I'll play promise sideways. So that's move 2. Once for this turn, when you move a space, you may discard a card to gain a crystal of the same color. I'm going to move it to here. I'm going to discard promise, and that's going to give me a white. Then I'm going to, when I'm there, I'm going to play Ruthless Coercion. I'm going to use this red. Influence 6, reputation -1. End of the turn. You may ready level 1 and 2 units you control by paying 2 influence per level of unit. I'm not readying a unit. I'm using the influence to get me the shock troops, because that's just really strong. I think that's better for me, what I'm looking for, than the guarding odds. Remember, so it's, I have influence 6, influence 7 from net. So that actually is enough. I actually could not afford these 2 without spending another card. And again, the influence 2 at the top is I get a 2 discount. So I could just like not use the die at all and get the peasants. But I think doing the 6, 7, getting the shock troops makes a lot of sense. Reputation -1 at the end of the round, because my coercion was rather ruthless for sure. This goes away. I have 2 rages in my hand. I'm going to roll this die. It's a black because I'm rolling really well. And then we have a stamina, a tranquility. We're going to get 1 more card, concentration, planning triggers, and we get mana drop. So look at all the block I have. I think I'm just going to take the 2 wounds and then heal it up, which is fine. Done. Norawaz's turn. We go blue, red, red. That's helpful. So there's 5 cards left. He does have 3 white cards left in his deck. So he's probably going to go through his deck in 4 turns again, which is a little bit gross, but I'm near the end of my deck this time, so it's not as bad. I'm going to combat with the Elven Protector. The Elven Protector has, he's doing 2 damage to me. 2 wounds to me because he's attacking with a 3. Again, he's fortified. I obviously don't have 6 range attack or 6 seize attack, and I don't have any block that I really want to use. Nope. Never mind. I have the shock troops. I'm going to reduce 1 enemy attack by 3 Any damage from that attack must be assigned to the first. So he's attacking with 3. I reduce his attack to a 0. That is a successful block. And now I need 4, but because this is the first enemy I'm attacking this turn, and he has the Defend 2 special ability, I actually have to take care of that as well. I have not much move left, so I think I saved the concentration for this to make sure I can get myself into that monastery this turn. I'm going to use the rage. I'm going to power it with man. I want to save a gold, but I have mana draw, so I can get a green that way. So I'm not that worried about it. So yes, I'm going to use the rage. I'm going to power this with the gold, and I have this other rage. That's attack 6 that kills the Elven Protector. Elven Protector gives me 2 fame. That gets me up to 3. Since I leveled up, I go to 4. Special rules for the scenario. I actually don't put those over there. Put them over here. And then I'm going to take one of these faction tokens. What do we get? It is the... It's an interesting one. The Tome of Relearning. Once on your turn, when not in combat, you may swap one of your skills for another in the common skills area. So, and that means I should leave my skills in the common skills area as well. So, that's, again, once a turn when not in combat. We are going to discard these 2 cards. We're going to re-roll that. That's a blue. These cards are out. I'm going to get my level up. So looking at the top 2 are Krang skills. Pulling real good. We have the cooperative skill. Nope, not the cooperative skill. We have the regenerate. Once a turn, pay a mana of any color to throw away a one from your hand. If you use red, you may, or you have to leave fame, which you always will. You can draw a card. That's pretty mana intensive. Not that interested. Or we have Puppet Master. Once a turn, either keep one enemy token you defeated this turn, or discard one. Get blah 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 blah. So we can get extra attack and defense. So we'll start loading that puppy up. This will go here. We'll add one of Norwat's skills. It is awesome. It's awesome. It is the once around, except in combat, flip them to ready or heal a unit. This Tome of Relearning may come in very handy because I do think I'm going to want that Norwa skill at some point. So I get one advanced action from the advanced action offer. I think dodge and weave is too good. Again, I'm really reluctant to get a lot of elemental attack. That was one of my mistakes in the last game. I actually think I had fireball, and counterattack is amazing. I draw it to my hand, which is 5. Planning triggers. I draw 1 more. I am tempted to try to burn down this monastery this turn. We will see if that is a reasonable thing to consider. Norwas's turn, so it's a white, it's a red, it's a white, 2 more cards. Of course, he's going to end of round next turn. So, that's... that means I have 2 more turns. All right, so we're okay. My turn, I don't have a green, which is silly. I'm gonna power mana draw. Oh, when I defeated the Elven Protector, I have released the magic holding the land to get special rules for the scenario, so I can explore, and I will... What do I want to explore? I did not fully look at it. I will explore 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6 is probably how I want to do this. So I'll explore here. It is a village, which can be helpful. We have a keep. No rampaging enemies, so no ambush going to be triggered just yet. This is going to go face down. I'm going to use this white die to power mana draw. I'm going to turn this into a green. I'm going to use that green gives me 2 green mana for use on this turn. I'm going to use concentration for power concentration with the green. I'm going to play stamina with it. That gives me the stronger effect of stamina +2, so I move 6. And then I think I use tranquility for move 7. And that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember the wall. There were 2 walls I went over. Each wall added +1 to the required movement, which is super awesome. I will waste this green mana, end my turn here. Planning can go away because it's no longer going to have any effect on gameplay. This will stay here. The concentration's done. Those are the cards still in my hand. Green stays green. That gets rolled. It becomes a red. And these cards are out. I draw my last 2 cards, 2 swiftnesses. I would have loved. Oh man. Yeah, I would have loved to have still been able to use mana draw, but I had a green in there. So that's the unfortunate way using mana draw, because it's an easy kill of the whatever comes out of there. I do have some strong possibilities that I think this could work. I'm a little light on attack. I have the block. I don't know. We'll see. Am I feeling frisky? Probably. Probably. Alright. Norwest goes end of rounds. This is my last turn. I can get range attack 3, which is super awesome. I can reduce an attack by 4, which gives me attack 2. 2, 4, 6. I mean, there's enough enemies in there I think I can defeat. I think it's worth the risk. So I'm going to burn down the monastery. I lose 3 reputation right off the bat. And what are you? That's not terrible. So I don't think I can block him. Or I could block him, but then I wanted the mana to kill him. Oh, I'm so close too. So this is how this math is nuts. Because I can use dodge and weave, reduce that attack from a 6 down to a 2, and then I could have determination, which would give me block 5, so that would fully block it. If I don't take any wounds to my hand, it gives me attack 2, and then I get 3, 4, and I'm 1 attack away from killing it. It's like, so curse would have been great. The other thing I could do is if I block 4, I'm 1 away no matter how I cut it. So that's fine. I'm taking 3 wounds. That's what I get for burning down the monastery. So 1, 2, 3. There's just no way this math is working. Oh, but even better. I could reduce the attack by 2 and just take 2 wounds. Yeah, I will do that. I will need the white. I can wait. I can basically take 3 wounds and not spend my white crystal, or I can take 2 wounds and spend my white crystal. I will take. God, what a waste. It's an absolute waste of really good cards. I'll take 3 wounds and save the white crystal. Is that dumb? No, I'll take 2 wounds. I'll spend the white crystal on swiftness. So I blocked 1. I only get 2 wounds now. And then we have attack 3, attack 4. Dude is dead. That's 5 Fame. That gets me from 4 to 9 plus 1 because I went up a level. It gives me another thing. Monastery super burn down. So we're going to put a thing on top of that. That's like not just burn down, super burn down. These wounds are in my hand. This swiftness is still in my hand. This is out. These cards go on my discard pile. We're going to get my level up. I already did my reward. I already did the level up, so that's technically out of order. It's not a big deal. Obviously not changing gameplay, but the level up I'm going to take is the artifact. The reward I'm going to take is an artifact. We have the Banner of Fear. Up to 3 enemies do not attack this combat. That could be awesome. Or the Endless Gem Pouch. I will take the Banner of Fear. Thank you very much. It would go top my D deck. The round's over, so I'm just going to put it into my discard pile. I have Savage Harvesting, so like I'm really going to try to spam the heck out of that to make sure I'm crystal rich a lot more than I was last game. And Norwest cards end of round. I'm shuffling all this into my deck, and then we will move on. Mage Knight. Oh, my bad. Mage Knight says, hi, what's up? Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I misread the... I didn't realize it was... I thought it was someone else for a second. Yeah, man, what's up, dude? I misread you. Seems to be kind of a theme, yeah. Brian, what's up, man? Good afternoon, Greg. Nice spring day today. Perfect for working indoors and playing board games. Madi says, hello. How's it going with my favorite mage? Did you just start? Kind of. I restarted right around the time the chat started buzzing a little bit. So, sup, Mike James says, sup, Greg. Hope you're well. Alfred says, just so that Last Weekend is hiring a new developer, we can dream of better aids. Yeah, you think? Mike James, we can always dream. Madi, learning is in the unit offer. If you burn the monastery, you lose a chance to get your dream card. You could use dodge and weave, wound the shock troops, and switch your skill with Norwest and heal them. I couldn't wound the shock troops in the monastery because they wouldn't participate in such a gruesome battle. But yeah, unless you were talking about the previous battle with the... No, you must have been talking about there because I just reduced that thing. Yeah, I couldn't wound the shock troops because again it was burned in a monastery. But it's a good thought. I did think about it, and then reminded myself that I couldn't do that. Because once in a while I remember the rules without you reminding me, Marty. It's not often, but sometimes it happens. All right, that's done. That was a much better round. There are no more monasteries left on the board, so we don't have to replenish this. Frostbridge gets added to Norwest's deck. This comes off, this flips over. One unfortunate thing about this tile that came off is that it did not give me any more Elementalist faction enemies to defeat. So now we are looking at having to spend the 6 movement plus influence to explore. And remember, yeah, you can spend influence for the thrill of exploration. This goes here, shuffling these 17 cards. Bastion, what's up? Hey, awesome to catch you live and watching most of your Mage Knight videos. They are a blast. Thank you, sir. Madi suggests you were right. You can keep the Fire Mage under Puppet Master. Oh, that's right. Madi's like, I'm going to find something he's doing wrong, and I'm going to let him know. Yeah, look at me. I would have come back to me eventually. I think I was too busy licking my wounds. I forgot what was right in front of me. All right, Puppet Master. Once a turn, either keep one enemy token you defeated this turn or discard one previously kept enemy token. If you discard one, then either get attack at half of the strength of its attack value or block at half its armor value, all rounded up. If a token's attack is cold or fire, then so is the attack you get. If the token has cold or fire resistance, then the block you get is the opposite elemental types. Huh? That sentence always trips me up. If a token has cold or fire resistance, so since he has fire resistance, that would give me, in essence, 2.5 ice block. Right? That seems... Why wouldn't this be fire block? Well, ice block's efficient against fire, that's why. Whew, okay, my brain is it's not totally functioning yet this morning, kids, or afternoon, or whatever it is. I don't even know. We'll figure it out. Hold on. Hang in there. All right, the unit offer goes away. We get 4 new units. There are obviously no core tiles on the board. Need to rectify that. Guardian Golems come out. Foresters come out. They're like, hey, where did we go? We were here, and then we went away. It got dark. We were scared. We're going to... Did I re-roll that? Did I re-roll that? That looks new. No, I rolled that at the end. I never switched it. I can't remember if I rolled that absentmindedly or not. I don't think I did. All right. 3 greens and a blue. Look at us, kids. Lots of greens. I could have used those greens last turn. Would have made life a little bit better. But that's fine. I digress. Everything else is set. Drawing to my starting hand. We have Rage. We have Determination. Ruthless Coercion. That coercion is so ruthless. Oh, and we can get the foresters right here, people. I'm kind of digging that. Part of us will run back and kill these Those fools. And we have improvisation. I'm tempted to pillage this village, which is right there. That's a good opportunity for me. We're looking at... Well, that is not a really good source. I'm going to take Mana Surge, because I'm not totally digging Sparing Power right now. And I think that will be helpful. Oh, did I not get a movement card? Woof. Wow. Well, I need move too. Maybe I really didn't get a movement card, did I? That's not good. Improvisation's kind of a movement card. Right, I'm not on the village yet, so I can't pillage it. Yikes. Definitely not psyched about using Long Night. Yeah, I really need a move too. And I didn't get any. And I need to save Tranquility because I got 2 wounds that I need to address. I mean, it seems dumb to use Preparation to get 1 movement card. I'm tempted to use Midnight Meditation. Shuffle everything back in. I'll shuffle these 3 cards back in. Chances are good I would get at least 1 move too. That's a little not great, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to get stuck using any of those cards sideways, unless I just use Determination sideways. That's probably better. Let me not do that. Let me get Mana Surge. I'll use Determination sideways. Like, I'm not that worried. I have the Shock Troops. I'm pretty strong in the defend. I'm not attacking anything imminently anyway. So I think that will make the most sense. So I'm gonna roll for Norowas a 1, because that's all Norowas rolls. Because Norowas is like, I'm always going to go first until the end of time, and you will deal with it. Fantastic, Norowas. He gets a red, a white, and a white, so 2 more. So not only will I go first, I will also knock off almost a quarter of my deck, over a quarter of my deck, just to make you super nervous. All right. Mana Search. I'm going to roll 2 dice. Why don't I do that? Yeah. Rolling 2 dice. It's a green and a green. That's impossible. This is one of those days, kids. I'm going to go move 3 and get myself into this village. Oh, man. Woof. I think I get the Foresters. I can also get the Utham Bowman. A -1. So if I use Influence 1... Wow. Ruthless Coercion is just torpedoing my reputation. If I do it... I would need to use this red to get Influence 6. To get the Foresters. If I use that, Influence 2, -1. If I use the Influence 2 and discard that, that's Influence 5, and then I would get a 2 discount, and then a -1 there. So that's Influence 5, 4, and I could get the Utham Cross Bowman, which makes me happy. I'm not sure I'm going to want the Tome of Relearning anyway. Seems like a good thing to do. And I get to save the red. And look at that gloriously garbage offer. I'm glad I kept Mana Search to do absolutely nothing good for me. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind, kids. All right. We are going to recruit. I'm going to do Reputation -1. I'm getting rid of this as much as I'm enticed by it. It's not enough. So -2. Yeah, so the math is Influence 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, so Influence 4. This guy cost me 4 instead of 6, so I'm using it to get a unit. So if I recruit a unit this turn, which I did, I ruthlessly coerced the Utham Crossbowman to join my ranks, as much as I'm tempted to use the Foresters. Oh, the Forester's better. Foresters might be better. Four movement. I mean, I'm gonna have 6 movement just to freaking explore. I could use influence for exploring though too, and I'm not really. Well, I have promise somewhere in my deck. I mean, the forest. I'm very tempted to take the foresters. As much as I love this ranged attack, but the shock troops crossbowmen are a really nice combo. I don't know, man. Ugh! I'm gonna take the crossbowman, and it's probably the bad choice, but I play bad, so that happens. We draw to my hand limit, which is I lose reputation -1 at the end of the turn. I draw to my hand limit. The hand limit is 5 still, so we get Savage Harvesting, Swiftness, Promise, which will be awesome for exploring. And then I'm going to pillage said village. So I'm at -2. Look at my reputation go down and down and down. Wound. Give me another wound. Nope, we get stamina. I'm really trying to get all these wounds out of my deck. I only have 2. And remember, we have Tranquility. So I spent the white to get that to 2, and the idea that I could, in theory, heal them both in one turn with Tranquility. So hopefully that works out. Norwas, his second turn. Blue, green. It's a green. One more coming off. He's gone through 9 of his 17 cards. He has 8 left. Math majors. Oh, boy. This is really bad, kids. I'm going to use Mana Search. Hey, I didn't roll 2 greens that time. Ooh, that was dumb. Actually, they're both red, so it doesn't matter. I actually should keep 2 greens because 1 for Savage Harvesting and 1 for Tranquility. So my bad. Again, write complaints to solo playthroughs. Philadelphia, it will get to me, I promise. All right, move 4. Each time I move this turn, I can discard a card to get a crystal of the corresponding color. So move 4. I'm going to move 2. I have 2 more move. I have this promise. So I have 2 move, 2 here, and 2 here. That's going to be move 6, but each time I move, I will discard this red to get a white crystal. So Savage Harvesting, I moved 1 space. I then had 2 movement left here. I spent another 2 movement, and I had 2 influence, which is going to allow me to explore here. Countryside tile comes off. It's not awful. So we have another village. We have a Elementalist faction token that's going to go up here. It is the Centaur. So he has swiftness, an attack of 3. That's going to be fantastic with my shock troops. So I dig that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? For Ruthless Coercion, pillage the village. Ruthless Coercion, pillage. No, I'm sorry. Ruthless Coercion, burned in the monastery. Ruthless Coercion, pillage. I forgot to get +1 when I killed the Elven Protector over there. So we should be there. I'm pretty sure that's right. All right, that goes here. I have 2 more movement. If I'm still in the movement phase if I want to be. And I think I do want to be. I'm going to move the 2 to get into the monastery. I'm still under the influence of Savage Harvesting 2. I'm not going to use that. I'm just worried he's going through his deck pretty fast again. So I'm just going to, again, move 6. I spent 8 points of movement, 2 points of influence to basically move 4 and explore. Again, it's triple because of the scenario. And I got myself into another village, which I dig. I'm going to re-roll this die. It goes there. It's red. These all come away. And again, I discarded the rage to get another. Oops, I took a white. I wanted a red. I don't know why I took a white. white and red. I was thinking about discarding the swiftness, but I thought better of it. So I discarded the red, so I got 2 red crystals in my inventory. I still have a tranquility and this wound. I am very much trying to get both my wounds before I use the tranquility, which is why it was important to keep one of those, keep 2 greens, 1 for savage harvesting and 1 for the tranquility. So it's up to 2 dice. You don't have to roll 2 dice with mana search, so I just rolled the 1. I get my hand limit, which is 5, so it's my second wound. Like to see it. Crystallize and stamina, and then I'm going to pillage the village. We go down to -2. We get Banner of Fear and a march. Right, I didn't have the opportunity to assign Banner of Fear last turn because remember I got it right after Nora was declared end of round. It's 5 movement to get into that stupid magical glade. But if I go into the magical glade, maybe that could work. That could work. I have range attack 3. I could just cancel his attack. I'm intrigued by a lot of things happening right now. Alright. Noramas's turn. So it's a red, it's a white, it's a blue. So he's slowed down a little bit. I think he's got 5 cards left. Indeed, he does. My turn. I am going to... if I'm moving 5, I can just use the heal 1 of Tranquility. I think that's smart. I'm going to assign the Banner of Fear. So again, you could spend this unit to cancel 1 enemy attack. That's dumb. Because I also have the Shock Troops. This is basically going to do the same thing against that Centaur. I'm just going to keep this in my deck and use it for a +1. It's really strong in the finale. The Fame +1, I'm not sure, is going to make it totally worth it. So, Mana Search, I will re-roll 1 of these reds. It's a white. Look at that! 1 of everything, kids. I'm going to use this blue. They'll use this green to power March. And we're going to play this stamina. So that's move 6. It gets me into there. I'm using Tranquility to heal 1. And I use Tranquility. So I've used these 3 cards. And then I'm going to end my turn in the Magical Glade, which means I'm going to start with the black, which is useless. I don't have any spells. But then I can get rid of this card. 5 cards left in here. Three, attack 5. You know what? I do this. I'm going to attack the Centaur for being, just for the sake of efficiency. I'm going to use the Shock Troops to reduce his attack by 3. And then I'm going to use the Crossbowman. So then his attack goes from, it's usually 6 to block because he has swiftness, but I've actually just reduced his attack down to a 3 because I just absorbed it. That's thematically what's going on with the Shock Troops. And then we're going to the attack phase. I'm going to spend the Crossbowman for attack 3. I'm going to use Crystallize sideways and a Banner of Fear sideways for attack 5. That kills this dude. That gives me 2 fame, another one of these tokens. This allows me to add ice to an attack. Add the element of ice to an attack or a block from a single action card. So that's going to go here. Reputation +1 because it's a rampaging enemy, a marauding enemy, however you want to say it. And then this comes out because it was an elemental faction. That's a legal placement of a countryside tile because this is adjacent to a tile which is adjacent to 2. We get another elementalist faction enemy here. We have a deep mine in front of me, and we are going to heal this at the end of the turn. So I'm going to do that now because we're ending in a magical glade, and this is for next turn. So again, I wasn't thinking about potentially killing that, and then all of a sudden I realized that the math would have worked out well for that. So I went ahead and did it. And then this goes here. Again, we're going to be in a spot where spending 6 to explore isn't great, but you know, I feel okay about where we're at. I do want to get a core tile on the board for sure. So that's the end of my turn. I used all the cards in my hand and I healed 2 wounds, and this guy will go back here. So I feel pretty strong about that. Definitely been slow in accumulating fame in a way I don't love. Oh, I can also keep him here. So you stay, you are mine. My puppet master thing, I'd like to build that up, and then in the end I can use it for its attack or block values. So if I can get 3 or 4 or 5 enemies there, that'd be really good. Cleaning up my players, all these cards were used. It's a pretty effective turn. We're just very slow in getting fame again. So that's the thing with these elemental faction enemies. These faction enemies, they give you less fame, but they give you the tokens, and I just dropped the die and caught it. Look at me. Reflexes of a mongoose, kids. That's right, and that becomes a red. I draw to my hand limit, which is 5. It's mana draw, it's rage, dodge and weave, it's concentration, and that. And woof, woofity woof, not much in the way of movement. I like to move it, move it. Dude, I started here, got 2 additional fame, and I'm still only at 12 after 2 rounds. That's special. Is a word for it. I literally think I used my whole hand just to get another tile out, which is kind of gross. But then I'll start next turn with a gold mana, which can't be bad. Norwas's turn. It's a green. It's a red. It's a red. 1 more card. My turn. Move 2. Move 6. Booyah! Look at that ugliness. That allows me to explore. We get a core tile out. It is not the Tile of Dreams. Oh, you dropped my mucker. Well, I'm glad I killed that guy in that turn because he had ambush. So he would have attacked me as soon as I moved there. I'm good at games, guys. This is that was the first one that I ambushed, and it just slipped my mind. I'm sure Marty's in the chat. Ambush! Ambush! You have ambush! Oops. Sorry. That's going to go there. These guys are going to come out. And guess what? They're going to have this thing called ambush. It's really cool. All right. Elven Protector and the Crystal Sprite. They both have defend powers, which is super interesting. There would be an advantage to attacking them both. So if I move from here to here, they would both attack me, I think. I think even though there's an enemy between us, I think the Crystal Sprite would still attack me. Let's be adjacent, which is not going to be mountains or lakes. Yeah. So if I move from there to there, they both attack me, and that would actually be beneficial because if I can take one of them out, applying the defend power, then the defend power of the other just goes away. So that's actually a really interesting tile. We also have a labyrinth and we have a deep mine. This is going to reveal during the day, so I'm just going to reveal it now so we can kind of see what's going on. It is a golem. All right, Norawas declares it around next turn. I have nothing in my hand nor in my deck, so I have to declare end of round. I don't have a choice. We come back to here. Marish, you're right. No, determination of improvisation sideways doesn't seem like the biggest loss. The cavalry has arrived. So how many game-breaking errors so far? Not many. Come on. How are the chances looking for a full restart? Oh, we're already on the full restart, sir. Greg's in luck. I showed up in the game with very little dice luck involvement. How's everything going? What's up, Mike? How are you, sir? What is exactly the same as red except different? Bastion Buranek, you can choose white when you discard rage. No, it was an error. Yeah, it was way behind in the stream, so I was wondering if you were a prophet. Your comment showed up way before it happened for me. So what you're telling me is that you're gaining fame is just an astronomically fast pace. Yeah, man, I'm crushing it. Woof. That's going to be a problem, and that will need to be rectified. I'm like staying away from elemental attacks. So those golems are going to be Roughity rough. Remember, there are 2 tiles left in the thing. Remember, I cannot put a core tile here, and I won't be able to put a core tile here. So we are going to be stuck here and here. So that's going to mean the approach is funky. If this is not the white city, we're going to have some issues. But I mean, even if I kill these 2 enemies, that only gives me 3 fame. Well, plus the 1 bump. Yikes. I really need to get the 24 somehow in round 3. This is going to be interesting. I'm killing it. This is what's happening right now, kids. Still going better than the first attempt. It's like, have I ever? That might have been a first in solo playthroughs history. That of a game of Mage Knight that I just was like, that round was so bad. I am just restarting. I'm sure I did it back in the Ultim Guardians, Scouts, Ultim Guardians. I'm sure I did it back in the. Oh my gosh, look at that! 2 pair kids, Ultim Guardians and Scouts are out on a double date of twins. It's sick. All right. I mean, that's fine. Love who you want to love. I'm not saying that was sick, but that's so. I want to clarify. If you're an Altar Guardian and you're double dating a Scout and you're both twins, like that's totally cool. I support whatever you want to do. Just got to make sure. I don't want to offend anybody in 2023. We're good. All right, 2 whites, 2 reds. We're gonna add a red to here. Add a red to here. It's all about pairs. 2 Scouts, 2 Ultim Guardians, 2 whites, 2 reds. I got 2 reds in my inventory. I got 2 units. It's like 2s everywhere, kids. I only have 2 fame. Pretty much. Not much more than that. Yikes. This keep here is interesting because, again, there's always going to be keep on the White City tile. That's going to give me some fame. This goes there. This is out. These come down. This goes here. It's chill. Target enemy does not attack this combat. If it has fire resistance, it loses it for the rest of the turn. And peaceful moment. I do take that. I like that range attack 4 a lot. I like counterattack a lot. So that's going to be an interesting choice between the 2. Either one is going to give a strong card for Norawas's deck relative to their inventory. So that's a thing. Maybe spend the fire mages on the golems. That's an interesting idea. You can fire attack on the fire mages, but I don't know if you want to use that or not. Yeah, I'm loath to use much of that too quickly. 24 is like 12, but it is like doubled. It is some excellent math. You've been studying, and that's cool. Someone's been hitting the books. All right, let's make this happen, kids. I'm going to draw my 5 cards. Rage. Concentration. I would like a lot of things. I would like a swiftness. A swiftness would be great. Give me a swiftness. No. Swiftness. No! Okay. Range attack 1. Range attack 4. I could apply his defend to him. That gives me a wound. The thing. But that's fine. But then only be 4 to kill him. I think I can take them both out. That's not a bad draw. Have a great start. Could even be better. How do I feel? I don't have a green crystal again. Ugh. Or green mana. The dice and the source have been really interesting. By interesting, I mean not great. What am I gonna do? I mean, yeah, that roll is really bad. That roll is especially bad. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that only gives me a 3. Yikes. That's range attack 1. I could make the. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, I'll have range attack 4. That's good math for me. I'm tempted to take Mana Steel. I don't want to take Rethink, although Banner of Fear is like doing nothing for me right now. I'm just trying to go first, but I know if I take the 3, I know I'm gonna roll it too. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a Mana Steel just to give me some more mana options. I'm not gonna use Rethink if I take it. Rolling a die, but I can roll a 5 or a 6 before a 2. I rolled a 4. I rolled a 3. I rolled a 6. Look at me. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna need to pause this. I'm about to start coughing. Awesome. Mike, I've gotten a lot of solid math lessons from your stream. That's what I'm here for. It's my primary goal. All right. I'm first, kids. It's exciting. I'm going to move to both of these clowns I've ambushed. I should have put shields on them to indicate that. Oh, I start with a yellow, too. That is interesting. Okay. I'm going to move here. They both attack me because of ambush. Go figure. I'm going to use the shock troops, which gives me a range attack of a 1. And the Utencross Bowmen, also all of their units get their +1 to all their attacks. All the Utencross Bowmen now also have a range attack of a 3 instead of just a 2. So range attack of a 1 straight up, plus the 1, so range attack of a 4. I'm going to attack the Crystal Sprite. Now the Crystal Sprite has elusive. So if I attack them in the range of siege attack phase, they have 2 armor, plus the defend power from the Elven Protector applies to the Crystal Sprite. So I need 4 range attack, which I have. The Crystal Sprite is dead. Now, the Crystal Sprite's defend power of a 1 doesn't need to be applied to anybody because the Crystal Sprite was killed. So now I just need 4 attack to kill the Elven Protector in the range attack phase. I will not even take the wound. I'm going to use the gold I got. Yeah, and I can still use the die from the source area. So I'm going to use the gold I got to power determination. So I'm going to block the Elven Protector, and then I'm going to use this red from the source to power rage. I know it looks funny. Again, Mana Steel, that's why there's only 3 things there. That's going to be enough to kill the Elven Protector. So they're both dead. That was a really nice shuffle for me. Dead. I get 2 reputation because I defeated 2 rampaging enemies. I get a whopping 3 fame, so it gets me at the 15 plus 1 because it'll level up because of the rules of the scenario. And I'm going to put them back in this stack. I get 2 relics. This could be important for recruitment purposes, although remember, I can recruit the scouts anywhere. I can only recruit the Ultimate Guardians in a city or a refugee camp. So I get another one of these things and the ice things, and another one of the. Now I get a fire gem, which is the corollary to the ice shard. I can keep one of these 2 enemies I killed. I will keep the Elven Protector. Well, the faction enemies with Krang is like super interesting. That gold goes away. These were used. This was used. I'm going to discard the Banner of Fear because I'm not using it this turn. It's going to be used next round, and that's fine. So we only need 8 more fame, kids. I'm going to roll this die. That's a red. And then I'm going to get a level up. So I look at my next 2 skills. I'm just not allowed to get Shamanic Ritual. I'm not sure this Arcane Disguise is going to work for me. So I'll put this. Well, I got rid of the Tome of Retraining. If I get another one, I'll take it. I'll take Curse. So now we have Curse and Puppet Master. And then we're going to. Is that easy to see on the. Yeah, that's good enough. And then we're going to Norwat's a skill. It is his motivation skill. Super interesting. Maybe I want that Tome of Relearning back. Anyway, I'm going to get a card from the source. Yeah, Swift Bolt's really nice. Peaceful Memo's really nice. Counterattack's really nice. I really like Swift Bolt. It's a lot of range attack, though, and that's going to be very mana intensive. And I don't have a ton of white mana. I'm going to take counterattack. It just gives me more options. I already have range attack. What was the first card I took? I literally remember. Oh, I took dodge and weave. I think counterattack and dodge and weave is a nice nice combination. That's a strong argument either way. The fact I can get a white crystal if I don't want to use it is strong. So I don't know. Again, I have some really interesting decisions in this playthrough for sure. All right, that's done. Plus, like leaning into the blocking makes sense if I'm going to try to use the Puppet Master, because again, you can't use that for range attack anyway. So it's a thing. I draw up to my hand limit, which is 5 still, because, you know, fame, counterattack, swiftness, mana draw. I think because one of the things I'm thinking about, I have 2 swiftnesses, right? So I add Swift Bolt. I'm never going to have that many white crystals, it seems. So I'm just not sure. If I had Shamanic Ritual or something like that, I think it makes sense. So again, but the counter argument to that is then, well, I could start getting white crystals now with Swift Bolt, but it's a thing. Sag says, isn't this one of the scenarios where you remove city-only units? Monty says, you were breaking the Puppet Master, you're going to run out of faction enemies. Isn't this one of the enemies? Do you remove city units? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's only the Lost Relic. I remove all elite units. Cards remove all units that can only be recruited in cities. I think that's only a Lost Relic, dude. I think that's exactly why they give you the Green City. It's a good question, though. But nah, I'm pretty sure it's only a Lost Relic. It would be nice, though. I would definitely have liked a better array of choices. Well, I'm going to pillage the village because, you know, why not? Why not? Let's just do it. So that's a march, and that's Ruthless Coercion. Sure. Well, I think I'm going to end up at the Scouts again to make Sadget really happy, because that keeps looking mighty. It's looking like a really good idea to pillage that, because then again, I'll get the keep bonus, which will stack when I finally find the White City tile. Also, I kill 2 faction enemies, so our map's about to get a lot more crowded. So core tiles coming out. I'm gonna put it. Do I think this is the White City tile or not? I'm gonna go there. No, it's the Green City tile. Woof. That's a thing. So faction enemy, it's a crystal sprite. Faction enemy, it's an elven. It's a centaur. They both have ambush. 1 and 2. The Green City is friendly, so we're gonna put one of my shields and one of Norwat's shields on it. And I killed the other faction enemy. Guess what? It's the White City, kids. That's there. Oh, that's awful. I could fill a hole here. Whoa, that's a thing. This being the White City would have been a lot better. So that's a dragon. He's got, it's the Savage Dragon. We have the Hidden Valley. He's gonna come in 7. He gets 3. I'm gonna need to recycle this one. I mean, yeah, this one's just gonna have to go away. So that's a Cloud Griffin over there. How does that work? Actually, I think there's rules. If you run out of Values difficult to find. Place the roll image face up. You may move into the crystal attack at a place of another kind of the safe space. Am I supposed to use random from the bag? Do I just use regular ones? Large faction leaders. Use only man. The fact that it didn't give you more faction tokens like still always bothers me. It's like such a clear design. Like you're going to run out of these tokens, and it's really frustrating. Like there's like just all these little things that Tezla does wrong that just really drive me nuts. Yeah, it's a bad design choice. I will have to, because yeah, I don't think I'm killing any of these guys. We'll see if I kill one. If I have one left over, then I'll throw it in. Because I only have two, so I won't set this exactly yet. Which I think you're supposed to, but like there's no real point. We're gonna have a keep tile here. Someone needs to remind me the rules of filling a hole, because I'm gonna have to fill a hole up in there. And that's annoying because that guy's gonna come out. This is not good. That Cloud Griffin will probably die. Yeah, I'll just set the enemies later, assuming I kill one of these dudes. Maybe he won't die. Filling a hole. I don't have my rulebook handy. How do you fill a hole? Maybe I've not played this scenario 5 years. You played it like once. Did he say scouts? Well, I guess that's another F then. The water in front of the White City seems like might be problematic. This is the PC way you're screwed. I've heard in a while. Try to keep. Yeah, I'm not screwed because again, you can fill a hole there. Like because I have 3 adjacent tiles. That's. I mean, it's not great. I'm not excited. Maze refreshing unit. I'm not super. That's game walkthrough. Where did I put the freaking rulebook? Again, the walkthrough. I still am on team. This should be burned after you read it once because it's super not helpful for learning after that. Movement. Some effects modify rules. Explore. Limitations. Reveal. Depending on the back. Countryside. Some effects. It should be in the movement. If there are no tiles left in the map deck, he can use a random country tile removed from the game during setup. If also if replaced, he can reduce. All right, so I can use a random countryside tile. There's at least 3 other tiles, so I can put it right there. It's taken me 50 playthroughs of Mage Knight, kids, but here we are. So I'm taking one random country. There was a 1 on the top of the stack. That's gonna have to go right there and get me around. So I'm basically having to go through that swamp. But I'm gonna have to pretty much forsake doing anything else in the interest of getting this done. I do have this shards. I mean, I can potentially, between that and curse, wipe that dude out. It's 4 fame that could help for sure. Norwa still has to have his first turn. All right, fill a hole. You need to have a stack empty and 3 tiles. We just tell you eventually place. You start with country tiles and the cores. You can just explore normally. Put a random country tile. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, I can't do it here because it's not adjacent to 3. Like all of this is just lost. I'm tempted to trigger a battle with that guy. It's so movement intensive. It's so stupid. But if I go here to here, he'll attack me. I can't trigger a battle with the sap unless I go here to here. I would trigger because there's no lake in between us. I would like to battle him without doing it. Like that was one of the things that really jammed me up on that tile last time, and I didn't love it. Yeah, those tiles came out funky. And I mean, great. Ugh, I have no greens again. What is going what's going on with this source, dude? It's so bad, man. Yikes. Oh, I can get greens. That would give me like move 10. I think that's fine. What argument to go here to here? That's like move 5 though. So I trigger that battle and then I can reveal that tile. It saves me 6 movement. So I'm adding 2 movement effectively to save 6. I think that's a smart trade-off. And yeah, like I just wipe him out with a white. Then I have that. I have that white there. So many whites. All right, Norwas. Green, white, red, 2 more. So he went through Somehow Norwas is a red user now. Look at him. He's trying something new. I'm going to use concentration to get a blue. Use this blue to power stamina, ruthless coercion sideways. That's 5. So 1, 2. Since I was within 2, when I moved within 2, I trigger a battle with this crystal sprite. It only would be stopped by lakes or mountains. So this fortified site still doesn't stop it. It is still ambushing me. And then I'm going to spend a white crystal. Oh, this white mana from. I'll save mana still. I'll use this white mana to range attack 3. That's enough to kill this crystal sprite. That gives me 1 whopping fame. Another one of these. The Toma relearning is back. Interesting. Tempted to get rid of curse. I keep the crystal sprite. So stupid. Great. I keep the crystal sprite because I want to. I love him. He's pretty. All right, this goes here. These come out. Rerolling that. It's a black. Of course it is. I'm in so much trouble, guys. Oh yeah, like the Banner of Fear and Counterattack are definitely like diametrical oppositions right now. But that's fine. And that's out. Oh, I had to use that's gross. Yeah, it's really gross. I still have Savage Harvesting though. That's fine. So hopefully I pull that. So I draw 2 more cards. Oh, and since I killed that Crystal Sprite, that's going to get my last tile on the board, which I put over here. And that's a beautiful tile for me, for sure. That puts another one of these enemies on the board. Bam. What is it? It's a Crystal Sprite. Act surprised, kids. He's got ambush. So ambush for the Cloud Griffin. Ambush for this dude. Where the heck's the other Cloud Griffin? Centaur. There's only 1 Cloud Griffin? Woof. Yeah, man, I'm every time I play Tezla, I'm like, why are there not more enemies? This is a really bad decision you made. Yeah, 1 Cloud Griffin, 1 Elemental Priestess. So absurd. Freaking whiz kids, man. I trust them to do nothing. Nothing. There we go. I'm drawing up to this, and I'm drawing up to that. Look at me. So it's gonna only be 12 movement to get there. Like that's I'm not joking. Like that's not bad. The question is, do I want to try to get to 24 fame in the process? I'm obviously gone through half my deck already. We only have 1 more turn. Oh, that my bad. This isn't a gray dude. It's not a gray dude. It's the freaking it's the keep on the white tile. It should have been. It should have been these 2 guys are protecting here. Yeah, whatever they are. Well, I know what they were because they were in this deck. So yeah, so it's 2 green elementalist faction enemies. Right? I don't think they're normal. The Hidden Valley. And 2 green. Yep. So those are just defended by these guys. And am I supposed to place them face up? I think. Realm of the Dead in view. Random elemental. Yeah, it's fine. I think since I'm out of these faction enemies, I think I displaced normal green ones. I think that's the rules. But someone can correct me if I'm wrong. That is a digger, and he has ambush. Awesome. That's my hand. I'm sticking to it. All right, Norabus. It's a white, it's a blue, it's a green, one more. So he's gone through 9 cards. What are the odds of destroying the country of tile with the water on both sides? I want an honorary scout badge if it happens. That would be some incredible bad luck if that happened. No badge for me. That'd have been hilarious. Yeah, the scout, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how else you put in these tiles out. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. I wanted that to be the white down here. It wasn't. It was up there. Like, yikes. All right. I need to siege that keep, I guess. Oh, the Cloud Griffin's going to attack me, too. That's interesting. Can't be fortified. He's got elusive. Have I used Tranquility yet? I don't think I have, so I can take a couple of wounds, or at least 1 wound. Yeah, Griffin's definitely attacking me. This is so much move. It's so stupid. All right, move. Man. Move 10. This is really bad. All right, move 5. I mean, do I blow counterattack on this? This is crazy. It's crazy, crazy. I guess I do. All right, move 5. I'm going to use this. Nope, it doesn't. I mean, I can get a green and get move 6 more, but that doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to basically do all of this way. Move 5, move 9, move 10. Like, I don't think there's any way the math gets better for me. And now I'm here and I get a crystal. When I move here, he won't attack me, but the Cloud Griffin will, because I'm within 2 and I'm moving within 2. I'm not within 2 of the Gravedigger, so that's not going to be the same thing. I'm going to get a crystal that's not white or red for once. I'll take, what the heck's left in my deck? What is left in my deck? Not greatness. Wow, I have like so little attack left. This is bad. I'll take a white because of the deep mine. These all come out. Moving through 10 swamp was super fun. This is done. And done. I draw on my hand limit, which is 5. We get Tranquility. We get Crystallize. We get Promise. That's right, I have all these influence cards, I think. A Rage. Dodge and Weave and Rage should be good. Oh, yeah. Oh, digging that. That's most excellent. All right. Norawasa's turn. It's a green, it's a blue, it's a white. 2 more. 1, 2. My turn. I'm using Influence sideways and Crystallize sideways, so I'm not going to have the mana available to do anything else. I move there. Ambush triggers. Cloud Griffin's like, "Rah!" That's how he sounds. And now I'm going to use this white to play dodge and weave. I reduce his attack from a 4 to a 0, and I gain attack 2 in the melee phase. I will also play the rage to do an attack there. I could like curse him and play tranquility instead. I don't know how that. I think with the attack triggering, technically I'm not officially there. I don't know if I can reveal those. Maybe I trade tranquility sideways with curse. Attack 2, keep the rage. I don't. Yeah, there's no way, dude. Woof. What? Oh, that's savage harvesting. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no point in keeping that right now. And that stupid dragon's in a joint as well. Okay. Well, this has been fun. Yeah, I'll hold on to. There's no point in Heathen Tranquility, but there's no point in really not. So we will play that sideways, or just play that normal. I won't even use curse. It is what it is. I'll hold on to the Tranquility card. This guy's dead. I get another one of these. It is. I can throw away a wound. Healing herbs, throw away a wound from your hand or discard pile. I have no wounds. He's out. 3 fame gets me up to 20. I can reveal another tile, except I can't because, that would be silliness. Done. Oh, I get to keep him too. Oh boy. It's like cursed. It's a cursed week, kids. I can't wait to see what the rest of the week does. This is all out. I draw my last card. It's Savage Harvesting, which is super useful. Can I attack the diggers? Yeah, there's no point in moving. Yeah, this is crazy. I think I do the Tome of Relearning and get motivation. Motivation. It works. Tome of Relearning, get motivation. That is just better for me. It could be a white crystal, white mana too. That's the end of my round. These two suckers flip. It's a crystal sprite and an elven protector. Act surprised. They are also fortified. I'm just gonna have to throw a dragon in. I think we use regular green enemies. I don't know the official rule on this. If there's no more enemies, I thought it said somewhere, but I can't find it. Green City, faction leaders. Use the faction tokens matching a faction. Blah blah blah. Blocking risk combat is over. Has multiple attacks. Yeah, I don't know where. I thought I read this somewhere, and I just cannot find it. The move cost, initial level, faction leaders use only faction modes. Oh yeah, faction leader, life and death. There was apply. Scoring. I think it just comes. I think I just take regular green ones. I'm not sure if I should take them other parts of the map, but yeah, like this is nuts. I'd almost rather face them though, because they're not awful. But at least I won't use the stupid defend powers. When a rampaging enemy is placed. I don't know. Right. The problem is if I move, I get attacked by the diggers. I saw that. You can play Tricote sideways to get a crystal with crystallize. You didn't use a die from the source. Oh. Oh, right. Because I knew I had Savage Harvesting list. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. Green. I like greens. Yeah, thanks. That's cool. Oh, from the source. Yeah, I could have used a blue. There was definitely a blue there. I never just got a green. I prefer a green with this deck. Almost guaranteed. So that's fine. I thought you could take it from elsewhere. Maybe it's the name. It's funny how much I play this game and still get these queries. I also just won the 12-18 yesterday. Nice hit, sir. Yeah, I think they come from the bag, dude. Like, well, that raises another question because if they came from the bag, these two were definitely in the pile when so maybe I add those two. We add this because I think you're supposed to add the enemies as soon as it's revealed. Or do I take them from elsewhere? That's a question. I mean, the only one that was never coming into play was this one. So I get to think these three will get this guy's also out. This is crazy. That's why I don't think you can just take them from elsewhere because it gets really confusing. I'll add these two and just a random one from the bag and then leave the ones on the map where they belong on the map. These are all face up too, so we get catapults. That will be freaking awesome. Woof! What a terrible draw! What a terrible draw that was. Unless somebody has other rules, it's going to stick, and then these two are also going to come in, and then the faction leader at level 7. So I'm going to put a shield on him. I get a bunch of shields out actually to indicate where he's starting, and we'll put a crystal. Yeah, because you put a crystal where he starts. That's right. And I'll keep the shields here. Now, if you want a faction, maybe reshuffle any killed enemy tokens to faction, draw from their stack. If you still fall short, you need to draw faction tokens as a corresponding tight to make some of the shortfall decide randomly which enemy tokens faction or not faction. Decide randomly. Get placed in each location. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I'm sticking with that. Like, no new enemies are going to be placed, and I still have to place enemies. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm still going to place enemies in the keep, and they're going to be face up now. So diggers and wolf riders. That will do. At least we have mostly elemental stuff in the hidden valley. Fantastic. All right, this goes here. This goes here. And by fantastic, I mean woof. It's a new way of saying woof. All right, this goes here. We add a white card to Norwest's inventory or D deck, so we should have 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have very little in the way of attack. And so I think I'm going to fall short. Which is unfortunate. Unless I can really hammer home counterattack. Which in that case, I probably should take a blue instead of a green just because of determination. This goes away. This goes up. Demolish. This comes down. Consideration. These all go away. Done. Done. I could try sparing power. I think it's my only chance. The heroes, some herbalists, the Defana Masters, and the Utham Swordsman. Rolling that 3 blues and a white because I roll things in triplicate today. That's it's a weird weird couple playthroughs, man. And that's it. Shuffling my deed deck. There's no real point in using the Tome of Relearning yet, because Curse might come in handy. I'm not exactly looking to use Motivation early, so I'll do that for now. I'm still only drawing 5 cards in the 4th round, which is amazing. And by amazing, I mean wow. All right, getting 5 cards. We get Savage Harvesting, Promise, Rage, Improvisation, and Stamina. Alrighty then. Trying to save everything, take some moons. If I have to rest, it is what it is. I think we have to spare power. It's my only chance to get a big enough hand. I'm going to have pretty much one shot at this. Spare power. Dudes first. Let's make it happen. Alright. 1, 2, 3. It's white, so 2 more cards. Of course, it's the Swift Bolt, which I did not take, just to taunt me. So he's got 14 cards left. Sparing power. That will go there. What's that movement? Is that 4 movement into there? That's gross. It's a total. If I don't have to move, this is a very different scenario. If this is the white tile there, I could take out that keep. I take out that keep because we have big hands. I actually should have revealed that when I was next to it. Yeah. So that's a lot of unfortunate stuff happening. But I think we still have a weird chance. It's not great, but I'm gonna move. I did not roll a green again. I am absolutely allergic to greens. That's fine. I'm moving 4 to go into the keep. I'm sieging a fortified site. I lose a reputation. I am getting attacked by the diggers. They're both attacking me with attack of a 3. I'm just gonna take 2 wounds because it is what it is. I'm gonna try to save as much attack as I possibly can. So I'm gonna group them together for the attack. If with elusive, so this would be attack 2. Elemental attack is probably not that great. I can reduce the armor of 1, which is helpful. Elemental attack's not going to do much against the dude. So I reduce the armor of 1, so I need attack 6. I'm going to get rid of the fire mages so that I need attack 3 more. And I'll do, am I trying to recruit anything? Maybe. Realistically, if I'm recruiting anything now, I'm going to do it with Ruthless Coercion. That's fine. I'm going to do Improvisation and Savage Harvesting. I'll hold on to Promise just in case. So that's another attack 3. So that's attack 6. I reduce the armor 1 by 1. These guys are both dead. I don't get no more faction tokens. I don't take another token because I used Puppet Master for that purpose. And I did use Curse as well. So Fire Mages are finally out. These guys are out. That is a total of 5 fame. 5 gain gets me to 25, plus 1 gets me 26. I get another thing. My hand limit is finally up to 6. Yeehaw. And that's my level up. There is no reward except I put a shield on there, and then my card draw is a +1. Remember, the Savage Dragon does have ambush. So I think we're just going to go for one big attack, try to set it up to be able to do 28 damage in 1 turn. I think is my best bet here. All right, I did take the 2 wounds. I'm not worried about that. I did use this move 4 to go in, and I still have Promise, and I still have this 1 rage and these 2 wounds. All right, these 3 cards are spent. I'm going to roll this die. It's black because, of course, it is. Norawas is going to go 1, 2, and 3. It is green, so one more. My turn, I'm going to use this ability to get rid of this wound. I also have spare power. Oh, did I draw a card? Nope. This is supposed to be drawn. So I'm supposed to get up to 5, 6. I'm supposed to draw up to 7 cards. So I had a wound. I draw Rage. I draw Swiftness. And I draw... I'm almost guaranteeing your Ruthless Coercion is going to be sparing power. Now I get 6 plus 1, so I have 7. Now I see... Or Tranquility is going to be in sparing power. Whatever. I got rid of that thing, a heal a wound, which is good. I can get rid of these things. Perfect. That's why am I worried. I have Influence 2. My reputation is -1. So if I was going to get the heroes, I would need to spend 2 influence to have them participate in an assault. And I think the Hidden Valley counts as an assault. But I would need 11 to get them. To get the swordsman, and then they're only adding +5 attack. That's not even worth it. So I'm going to get the promise was influence 2. I need influence 7 to get them. I'm going to discard 1 fire shard, the fire gem, and then the ice shard, and I have myself the Utem swordsman. That's super helpful. All right, so that's my turn. I still have 5 cards left in my hand. Am I going to drop any of those at the end of the round? Nope. Don't see a real reason to. I will use a Tome of Relearning now. I'm going to drop Curse and get Motivation. And I'm down to 1 of these little faction tokens. End of my turn, I draw up to my hand limit 6 and then +1. Crystallize is nice. Very nice. I will take it. And now we go to Norawas's turn. Norawas gets a red, a green, and a blue. 1 more. Yeah, that's a nice keep, gang. Yeah, Shock Trooper, Scrutin Crossbowman, and the Utham Swordsman. Yeah, I'll take it. That's right, baby. Don't mess with me. I need every ounce of attack I can muster in this final countdown. All right, sparing power. How many cards I left in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Tranquility is probably here. With course, I'm going to play Crystallize. I mean, it has to be done on the last turn, right? It just is. I just don't have enough attack to even justify 2 turns with trying to block all that crap. It just, again, the more I can block with counterattack, the better. So, I'm going to spend this blue. I'm going to spend Crystallize. I'm going to use a blue, turn it into a green for concentration purposes. And now I get a red. That was my 3rd turn this round. Yeah, Norawas was first. I draw 1 more card. There's Ruthless Coercion. You're a little late, buddy. You're a little late. That's fine. But I can rest. That actually could work. Norawas. 1, 2, 3. It's white. 1, 2. I'm resting, getting rid of Ruthless Coercion and this wound. So Tranquility should let me draw the rest of my cards along with sparing power. I do spare power here. I draw 2 cards, 6, 7. So I'm guessing Tranquility is here. Oh, I have Motivation. Great. Norawas's turn. He's declaring end of round next round. Next turn, I'm going to use this Motivation, get 2 more cards. Look at that. Sparing power. I have a hand. It's gonna be stupid. All right. This is just out of the game. I'm getting rid of all of these tokens. There are a lot of them. It is what it is. Motivation has been used. I'm going to put this up here. We have Puppet Master, and I'm actually going to lose a lot of these tiles just to clean up what's going on. and the city. Thank you for playing. Okay, so here's my entire deck. We have swiftness. That's awesome. Mana draw. Interesting. Counterattack. Yes, please. So this is melee. This is block. This is range. How I'm going to do it this way. We have movement because, you know, we need some of that. We have tranquility, which is going to be kind of garbage. We have a concentration, which is a little tweener. Block. Attack. Attack. Remember, counterattack, everything I block gives me +3 attack in the range phase. I'm super concerned. Oh, movement could be helpful with the, well, I need to get in there for 2, so that's a thing. Range attack, so I'm going to move in with 2. Let me get that out of the way. That card is done. Hello, my friends. And because of ambush, this dragon's like, roar, because that's how he sounds. I know the animal sounds today are just out of control. It is a thing. So he's just going to join the fun. It doesn't matter. Ambush, non-ambush. I'm just going to have to deal with him. We have the Storm Dragon. We have the Ice Elemental. I think that is what that is. And then we have the Catapult. We have one of these and one of these. Remember, I have to exhaust those defend powers before I can even think about taking on the Elemental Protector, because this guy, because they're going to be super annoying otherwise. One easy way to do that would be to Shock Troops Crossbowman, kill this dude again, because then I take care of that guy's protector, and then I could just need 28 damage against that dude. Obviously, the downside of that is that I've wasted 2 of my units to do that. I wasted the opportunity to get a block. I don't have the curse ability anymore. I could just woof. Use a swiftness for attack to, I don't know. We have some things to consider. But I have to make sure that I kill him with 28 attack, which is not a ton. It's just not looking imminently obvious how this is going to happen. One thing that's going to help is Banner of Fear. So Banner of Fear will not work. Yeah, I can 3 enemies won't attack. So he's not going to attack. He's not going to attack. That does not count as blocking, but at least they're not attacking. So those 3 aren't going to attack. He'll attack. What is it? 6. He's arcane immune, so I can't prevent him from attacking. None of these are arcane immune, so I can't prevent them from attacking. Awesome. So I broke the Banner of Fear. Those 3 don't attack. I'm going to get 4 wounds from the dude. Now I can reduce his attack, because the attack itself can be reduced, but the idea of him not attacking, I cannot do that because he's got elemental immunity. I also have dodge and weave. My crystal situation is a little dire. I think I use this white to turn this into a white and get 2 whites, because that helps me there and there. I'm gonna want these reds probably. I have this green I can use on counterattack maybe, and then I have this blue that I can use on determination maybe, and that leaves me with some stuff. The more I can block, the better for counterattack, obviously. And remember, I'm going to have to kill at least one other person to get rid of the defend powers before I want to attack him. Otherwise, the defend powers apply to the elemental faction leader, and that's just bad. We call that bad. We call it bad. How many can I block? Can I block all 3 of these guys? He's annoying because he has 2 different attacks, so that would be very card intensive to block them. The Savage Dragon, I can just block. Just straight up. Super blocked. I dig that. You go away. That's a lot of movement. I mean, I could spend... I'm also reducing attacks. I can reduce the attack by 4 with dodge and weave. I have this movement up here. I can reduce 1 attack. I can reduce it as 5 movement because of cumbersome. So there's only 2 more attack now. And then I can reduce it. I can reduce 2 attacks by 2 each with dodge and weave. And then I need to spend the card sideways. And then I would get attack 2 in the melee phase. Interesting. Block 2. Still, I mean, I'm not doing anything else with the movement. I could do this 4. Can I reduce the faction leader's attack? That would be awesome. Right, if I power march, that's move 4, 5, 6, 7. That would effectively count as a block against the catapult by reducing it. I have another white crystal there. I got 2 for mana draw, and then concentration can give me another red, and I would just use it to get the red. And then I would still have that ability, so I can reduce his attack by one enemy attack by 4. That's effectively I blocked 2 things so far. I can block 3 things and just take the 4 wounds. Trying to think if I could block him and him. I think that doesn't make any sense. So if I just block him, because I could reduce his attack from a 6 down to a 2, but it's 2 cold fire, so I would still need 4 block, and that's a lot of block. And now I have the shock troops totally available to me. I can reduce armor. That's not going to work on him. If I reduce his armor, I'm assuming the shock troops is minimum 1. I don't think I could use that on the crystal sprite. That'd be a little weird. I think that's best case scenario. So I dodge and weave. I block them. I block 3 enemies total. I just take the 4 wounds. I don't think. Oh, but if I take wounds, I don't get the attack 2. Yeah, buddy. Right, if I reduce his attack by 3, can I get block 4? It's wounds to your hand. Oh, interesting. And that gives me the attack 2. Which, if I use the shock troops range attack 1, I would be basically losing 1 point of attack, but I would get 2. I would lose 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I think that makes the most sense. So I'm gonna lose. Oh, if I reduce that by 3 points of attack left. That's fine. I'm gonna dodge and weave him. I'm gonna reduce the elemental leader's attack by 3. I have 3 points of attack left to assign, which using that I have to assign it to the shock troops anyway. So the shock troops are injured. Nothing else is injured. I took no wounds to my hand, so I get 2 attack from there. And now I have all this to play through. This is technically used. I got the. Oh, I can't. Oh, I got a red mana from that for counterattack. All right. These dudes in an attack. This card's broken. These guys were blocked. This dude was blocked. So 3 dudes were blocked. I'm going to put them on counterattack as a reminder. Elemental Faction Leader was not blocked. Dodge and Weave was used. This was used. This was not used. Krang is like, what's going on? Because that's what Krang does. Mana Draw was used. These were used. And now we need to, again, deal with the defend powers. The most attack I can get over here is going to be from the Cloud Griffin, which is going to give me a whopping 2 attack. Super awesome. What's the most block I could have gotten? If I'm only getting a 2 attack, I'm assuming it would be the lower value. Ooh, even better. I could have gotten 3 block to block the Elven Protector with that. And then I could have reduced his attack from a 4 and then further reduced it with the Shock Troops. So I actually blocked the Elemental Faction Leader as well. So review, I used Puppet Master. It gives me block 3. That block 3 is enough to block the Elven Protector, which I originally blocked with Dodge and Weave by reducing it to 0. I undid that. I'm going to block it with the Puppet Master because the attack 2 is like nothing. And then I reduced the Elemental Faction Leader with Dodge and Weave, reduced that from a 6 down to a 2, further reduced it with Shock Troops, so he's considered effectively blocked as well. Again, Arcane Resistance, Arcane Immunity protects the enemy, not their attacks. So I actually blocked 4 enemies, so that's going to give me a massive attack here. That's an attack 16 just from counterattack. But Puppet Master is out. With that, these tokens are just going to be wasted, because that's a once-a-round thing. Everyone's blocked. I took 0 wounds, and now the fun starts. All right, so yeah, this should definitely... That's 16 attack there. Shock Troops are done. 16. I need 28 total because it's 7 times 4, but I need to figure out how I'm going to kill someone else first. And I only have this. All right, I blocked the crystal sprites. Well, they just didn't attack. I didn't block them, so they just didn't attack. So they would still be at 2, which is fine. I'm going to apply the Defender, the Elven Protector, 2 to the crystal sprite, who I didn't block, so they're still at 2. And then I'm going to be able to kill them with Rage. So I don't have to worry about the Defender powers anymore. That Rage is good. And now we don't have to worry about the Defender power for the Defend power for the crystal sprite because they're wiped out. And now we just need 28 attack against this dude. We were at level 7. We did everything there. It's fine. Oh, I did also forget about the paralyze. I mean the brutal. No, I didn't. That's why I had 4 wounds. I had that figured out. It was 12 points of damage, but I reduced the attack to 0. So we have 4 plus 3 times 4 plus 3 times 4 is 16. 20, 23, 29, and 32 points of damage. I can kill this dude with that, and then we killed this dude with that, and then we have, again, so that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, and then we have to wound the swordsman. That's all 7 levels of this dude is destroyed, because that's up to 28. Bam. He's dead. The rest of these guys run away scared because, their leader is gone. That's going to be a total of, these 2 are going to be 3 fame. I get 2 more faction tokens. 3 fame plus 3 times every level is 21. So 3 fame plus 20. So 24 fame total. That's going to get me up to 30, up to 50 fame. That'd be a couple of level ups. And that is one way to win this. It wasn't pretty, but I took no wounds except for this. Woo! Wow, man. That was crazy. Woo! That was insane. Oh, I haven't used a die from the source yet. Really? If one of them mattered, I don't know where I could have used one from the source. Right, mana draw doesn't count. That's totally right. That's totally right. Yeah, I could have done this, and then in theory, still had another ability to use. Oh, I could have used. Yeah, I could have used that from the source, and then I could have. That's really smart. It really wouldn't have mattered in the end, obviously, but it doesn't even give. I could have used concentration to power March and do that, and that's move 7, and that would have left me with a swiftness, which I would have been unable to power because I wouldn't have had any white mana for the attack. So I basically just have an extra move 2 just lying around for no good reason. What a really crazy puzzle that was. I mean, obviously, this is a very different game without the Banner of Fear. It's a very different game without the dodge and weave. The shock troops were exactly what I needed to make that work. And just, I'm glad we're not playing Hidden Valley again in 2 weeks. Uh, I really like Tezla a lot for a change of pace, but there are just some things about it that really bother me. It just feels like a half-ass expansion when you only give me 8 elemental faction tokens. When you I mean, even without Puppet Master, I understand that takes some out of the supply, but like these are full scenarios. Like they're 4 rounds. How do you give me only 8 green tokens? It doesn't make any sense. And Life and Death, it's even worse. It's really, really stupid. Oh wow, I missed a lot of things. All right. Get placed in each location. Said Bastion. Don't know if that helps. Yeah, thank you, Bastion. That was really helpful. I should have said thanks before. Issue is that this does not foresee him stacking enemies on the Puppet Master skill, so there is nothing to shuffle back. In other, Sadger says in other news, don't know if you hear Klaus Tauber Clyde today. Died today. I know Catan is like a different life from now. Still the dude changed the trajectory of this hobby. Rips or yeah, man. It's like I appreciate you bringing that up. Yeah, I did see that. My Twitter has been blowing up about it. It's just his influence on the hobby was really profound and definitely a big part of my journey. I mean, if you look at my top 10 most important games, I mean, Catan was number 1. So like that wasn't a joke. That was very, very real. Alfred says, that is a shame. Playing Catan the first time was an inflection point for me, hobby-wise. Sad. Nice keep, gang. You may finally get a green. Can you imagine? Endless possibilities. He has a green. Alert. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on to your sus, everyone. Madi says, don't forget your white mana for motivation now that you cleared it. White mana from motivation now that I cleared it. White mana from motivation now that I cleared it. Oh, right. I would have had another white. Look at me. I would have had attack 3. Can I kill anybody? That's right. I would have had attack 3. So when I flipped this over, I should have also gotten a white mana. Thank you, Monty. That's a nice call. It wasn't even close, man. We smushed this. By the skin of our teeth on the last possible turn. Also, Pup Master, hey, look, a win is a win. Yeah, that thing was ugly. Ugly. Win and ugly. But I think that's like where you get with this game, right? Like learning how to win ugly is important. And I think just the way the terrain came out of like, all right, it went from what should have been a relatively easy win to an absolute, like having to count every point of movement, every point of attack, and using ambush to your advantage is something that I do like about this scenario, where it's like I'm gonna move there just to trigger that, just so I can kill that, so I can save myself the 6 points of movement of having to explore. That's the kind of stuff you're left doing with the Hidden Valley. The rule set, I do think Realm of the Dead has like a tighter, more coherent rule set, like thematically and experientially, like where this one gets a little funny because of things like that. But it could feel a little janky at times. But I I did enjoy that final battle when it was just like, hey, can I get the 28? and all of a sudden I became like a defend master. Like I didn't want to kill anything in ranged because I knew, and like, look, if I had to do the math with wounds just to make sure I survived, but as it was, I took 0 wounds. I was like, hey, I just want to block everything. Sparing power came in huge. Motive flipping out for the motivation skill came in huge. Being able to use, I mean, the faction tokens give you very little fame, but the flexibility that you do have, and like, all right, I can turn that into, influence to get the units I need. Obviously, really helpful. So yeah, just like some really cool things that came through for sure. Your deck was very weak for your style. Average, yeah, yeah. This deck is a weak. It's a very weak deck. I mean, that said, counterattack, dodge and weave. I mean, those are two of the best advanced actions in the game for sure. And Banner of Fear was a magical draw from heaven for this specific situation I found myself in. I I do find, like, unless you're playing with Norwas and have a ton of units, or like in a 3 round game, like putting it under a unit is just generally not something I'm gonna do. It works really well with the Guardian Golems. That's what I'll say. Like, if you have like a tank like enemy, or it could turn like a unit like the Herbalist, where like I don't need the healing, but now I can just make him more of a tank, and I can just. So there are units that it works well with. These particular units, I'm like, I like their activations too much to really consider even putting that on them. That I'm just gonna hold on to it and have it in the last round. Um, so that was nice. But yeah, I mean, these were the 3 cards that I just needed. So I was like, with sparing power, I knew I could go in. I could. It just took minimal effort to wipe out that keep. It was like, I think I spent 1 card, and that's where, again, storing up options on Puppet Master became so useful. Um, Krang's got a lot of cool things that he does, man, and even seeing how Curse was useful, and then we swapped it out for the motivation skill. It makes some sense. But yeah, not taking any wounds was pretty nuts. I mean, the Savage Dragon goes back to his Savage Dragon home, so he, unlike the rest, these guys were scared. The Savage Dragon's just gonna be like, I go back to my home and I'm gonna pounce on you next time you move, sir. And joke's on him, because I'm not gonna move. So what's he gonna do now, Savage Dragon? That's right, you are nothing, Wolf. You're but no spells. Yeah. Well, that was, I think, what I learned the last time, where I got the fire spell, and I was like, oh wait, that fire spell is garbage against the Elementalist faction. And I had no mana to boot, so it was really garbage. That was really bad. That was really bad. So, and plus, like, when you have like when you have a advanced action like dodge and weave, that does count as you getting a wound in your hand. So like lose you lose that +2 that it gives you. Oh, did I even count that +2? I don't even think I did. Yeah, I didn't even count the +2. So I actually had 2 more. So I had 5 more. Who can I kill? The catapults. Yeah, catapult's dead. It's great. Yeah, I could kill the catapults as a separate attack, and Uh, that's 4 more fame, so whatever. But yeah, under a 54 fame for a full game. It's not really a full game, it's only 4 rounds, but it's still not a lot for sure. But anyway, good times were had by all. I'll be back tomorrow with a playthrough of Gaia Project. Again, I'm moving the games I know really, really well up earlier in the week to give me more time to get both Sky Tier Horde and Black Sonata ready for Thursday, Friday. Next week, I am hopeful to get Darkest Night Second Edition on the channel on Monday. That gives me the weekend to prepare that, and then I'll have I don't know. I'm running I'm having a hard deadline for myself, that any games I'm trying to that I might possibly mention in my top 10 solo games list that's going to come out by the end of the month, I need to have that on the channel at least once by the 15th. That way I can really start finalizing my list and getting that filmed. So we'll probably try to get at least 1 more, if not 2 more new games on the channel next week. So this week's Black Orchestra and Sky Tier Horde. Next week, I might try to get votes for women on the channel, if I can wrap my head around that quick enough at the solo mode of that, and trying to think what else has been like review copies or like one deck dungeon or stuff like that. So I might games I bought myself that I just haven't gotten around to yet. A Nyrim, and might try to get that on the channel next week too. So we'll see what I can learn. New number one is possible. We'll say that. I don't know. Probably. Maybe sort of. It's not new. Forget. Mage Knight was 1B last year, so it wouldn't be new. It would just be, it wouldn't have to share the glory. We'll see. I'm back and forth about it, but probably I'll probably just do a pub meeple thing, and then the moment when I'm forced to choose, that will be the moment. However I feel in that moment, it will be the because it's gonna come down to those two, even in pub meeple, right? So it will be that moment where whatever I ate for breakfast will have a say. Something not Spirit Island, no way. Yeah. I mean, look, Spirit Island's not going far, dude, even if it's not number one, which is still an if at this point. No spoilers, guys, come on. So we will see. Yeah, my top 10 is gonna be mostly boring. So but I think that what gets really interesting for my list is gonna be like 9 through. I'm going up to 29 now because there's 29 officially released spirits from Spirit Island now. So we'll have the top 29. Gotta get another 1A and 1B. No, that's not a thing that's gonna happen for sure. I might try to make a short too, like one of those YouTube shorts. Just try to edit out just the actual list and put that in like a minute format. So we'll see if I feel motivated to learn how to do that. 1A and 1B is like a participation medal. That's the way, baby. Everyone gets a trophy. Everyone, even the bad games, they all get trophies. You get a trophy, and you get a trophy. Like Oprah Winfrey, baby, just handing out trophies to subpar games. That's what I do. Has there been movement in the top 3? Well, I mean, if one if there's a new number 1, there is, or a new sole possessor number 1, there is. But yeah, not. I wouldn't expect much movement in the top 7 at minimum. 6, 5. I don't know. It's tough, dude. Just too many games. But one thing I'm gonna do is rank every game I've ever featured on the channel, and I'll just in the beginning I'll probably have that rolling in the background while I go through try to make the caveat section a little bit more interesting at least. So I did a pub meeple last week, some shuffling for sure. Always, dude. Day to day, right? Like it's and like I'm at the point too, like I go back and I'm like, all right, like how do I really feel? Like no, that can't be above that, and I'll jockey. I mean, they use the transitive property thing, and like transitive property just doesn't always work when you actually see the final list, right? Just wants that to get its due love. That's all. Oh yeah, I could do an okay list. No, up to 100. Like though, like the last like 10 are a stretch. Yeah. Um, I I would be hesitant to ever do something beyond 50 because I think at that point there's just games I haven't played in freaking years, and tastes change, and it's so hard to compare like some of these games. I mean, really is like apples to oranges a lot of times. But yeah, Zeds will get its due love for a very long time, dude. I absolutely adore that game. I might get that on the channel next week just because I want to play it. And those are the games. Like I mean, there are those 5 games that I want to get it back on the channel because I want to play. I mean, it's Gaia, it's Zeds, it's Mage Knight, it's Spirit Island. Um, what's the 5th? I don't know. Those 4 games. Those are the 4. Like I'll feel like the urge where like I'm very much like I have Uprising. Honestly, like I love Uprising. It's so crazy. I shouldn't love a game that much, but I do. But yeah, it's those are the 5 where I'm just like I haven't played it in a while. I just start itching to play it again. Um, and then there's awesome games that I'm just like really want to keep going through, like Cloudspire, Too Many Bones. I mean that kind of stuff. But maybe Apples to Apples. Apples to Apples is definitely number 1 million in my list. Always here for more Zeds on the channel, says Mike. Yeah, there will be more. Madi says the 5th is Cloudspire. Is that what I had last year? It's probably true. It probably was true. Yeah, Cloudspire probably moved down. I can almost guarantee that, actually. I love it still, but yeah, Too Many Bones of Cloudspire have probably both moved down, to be honest. But they'll be stalwarts for years to come for sure. But it's crazy, man. It's a competitive world out there. So, next year I'll have Elder Scrolls conspicuously not anywhere on my top anything. But that's it. And now I'm gonna get in trouble. So, no more comments for today. But I hope everyone had a fantastic day. Madi, Mike, Saget, thank you for all the assists in the chat, keeping it lively. Who else was here before? The other Mike was here. The other Mike was here first, so he's probably not happy being called the other Mike. But yeah, Alfred, hope you were enjoying your Blizzard, sir. Brian was here. Mr. Sam, the man. Bastion, thank you for looking up the rule about the enemies. That's really good to know. It's a very weird faction with a puppet master. A very weird scenario in general with the lack of green enemies, and then it gets even weirder when you add puppet master. Saja says this is a tough bit though. This Monday I had a couple hours to play something solo. I have like 3 to 4 unplayed games that are supposed to be a good solo, and then I played Mage Knight. Yeah, dude, I feel that. And it's one of the reasons I'm actually extraordinarily grateful for the channel, because it has forced me to go through those games, and like there are misses, right? I could have done without spending hours this weekend learning Veilwraith Absolution. It just wasn't good for me. I like Veilwraith a lot. It was disappointing too, because I really liked the gameplay of Veilwraith, and then that expansion just sucked the joy out of it for me. So there are times where dude, like, oh, that was bad. But then there are times like I learned Uprising, and I've had so many fun moments playing Uprising with my friends. Way more. I can get Uprising to the table with my friends way more than I'll ever get Mage Knight to the table with my friends. Right. So it's really good for me that I have the channel kind of forcing me to learn new games. And then also I think it keeps Mage Knight fresh for me, and keeps Spirit Island fresh for me too. Like, learning Black Sonata is super interesting. Sky Tier Horde isn't going to crack a top 10 for me, but I like it. So I like those experiences, and learning like these smaller games that I can travel with, and do things like that. But Mike Owens, I've been itching to get back to Spirit Island and Jaws of the Lion and just keep playing Too Many Bones. Yeah, I went through that stage for sure. Hey, look, for what it's worth, this Saget, your enjoyment plays of Mage Knight reinforced my love of the game so much. So we are grateful for this channel too. Nah, man, cool. It means a lot. I mean, it does. Like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to be like trite, or but I appreciate that a lot, man. And I'm really happy with this community that's kind of built up around this goofy channel I started. It's still surreal, dude. Like, I passed 500,000 views last week, and that's just like a crazy number to me. And like, I understand it's still small. I mean, there's some channels that do that in a day, right? And I get it, but it feels big, and it's been a fun moment to reflect a little bit about like the last 3 years, and wonder about what the next 3 are going to be like. Krang skills are insane, says Madi. I love them. Sometimes I get Puppet Master or Master of Chaos over Battle Frenzy just because they are crazier, even though Battle Frenzy is stronger. Or I find Battle Frenzy is stronger. But yeah, dude, it's a fun way to play. When I first started playing with Krang, I did not get it. But I mean, I still think he's the strongest spirit in the game. Spirit, wow, listen to me. Strongest mage in the game. I just love what he does, and it could just be I enjoy playing with him so much because he's so crazy in some ways, but I just think that he does everything well, in a way that other mages have a kink in the armor, and Krang he can recruit. He's got the damage. He gets the crystals. He's super super strong. But yeah, I like, and Arcane Disguise is super awesome in a long game where you're like, I'm at X because I play like Greg and burn down 4 monasteries, and I have Savage, and I have Ruthless Coercion. But bam, I can ignore that track entirely. Like, it's just such a cool makeup. There's like something really rich about his design that's super cool, that I really love. So, but I digress. This was super cool. I hope everyone has an amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with a playthrough of Gaia Project with the Space Chickens themselves, the Hash Alas. So super excited about that. And then again, as I said, Black Sonata and Sky Tier Horde will round out the week. If you want to see other titles you might expect to see in the upcoming months, go on my Patreon page, link in the description below. There you will find my April's public post, and I kind of run through a bunch of games that are going to be on the channel. All of them, maybe except for Talon, will probably be on the channel this year. Talon and Space Empires 4X have just taken a big backseat for me, just because there's so many other things that are requiring my attention, and those games just take way too much time for me to really invest what I want to invest in them, at least for now. So we'll get to them at some point. But yeah, lots of cool things coming up in the upcoming months. I'm super excited about that. Sadness says Aretha starts with the potential for 3 range attack cards or elemental attack. The end. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I still find Krang so much stronger. That Ruthless Coercion, man, that ability to recruit like Norwas on turn 1 is so sick. It's been good fun. Take care, guys, and maybe girls. I hope there's some girls watching this freaking stream. Come on, man. Mage Knight. Mage Knight's for everybody. Anyway, I digress. It's been real fun, guys. Hope everyone. Cheers, y'all. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. You too, Mike. And with that, that's a good way to end. So until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.